Good morning. Hey, y'all. Happy Saturday morning. Happy Saturday morning to everybody. Hey, y'all. Hello. Good morning. Happy Saturday, everybody. Happy Saturday to y'all. Y'all come on up in here. I am up. So I said, let me jump on my live real quick and say hey to the people. See what y'all got going on for today. What's on the agenda and all of the above. But yes, anyway, welcome. Y'all please come in. Hit that good like, share, and subscribe button for me. Make sure your notification bell is turned on so you know each time that I go live. Greatly appreciate you. And if you're catching this on the replay, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Yes, and tell a friend to tell a friend. Come on over here. We be having fun over here. I enjoy all the laughs and all of the above. But yes, y'all come in. Y'all know we have a few minutes um, before we actually get started. So yeah, I'll be right back. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. Y'all come on in, hit that good like, share, and subscribe. Is it working? This thing be tripping. Anyway, y'all come on in. Please hit that good like, share, and subscribe button for your girl. If you over here in the bushes being spectacious, one, I'm not going to change. Two, I'm gonna be me. Three, I'm gonna be nice and kind to everybody. So if you're not looking for any of that, just go ahead on and enjoy your day, and may God bless you on your journey. That part. But yes, good morning. Miss Maria says with the horn, she says, good Saturday morning. It's squad. Remember to tap the screen. It don't cost a thing. Subscribe, support, $ G Strickland 8. Super chat, super sticker, and share the video. Become a member for $2.99 and enjoy. Thanks. Good morning, Miss Mary. Welcome. How are you this good Saturday morning? But yes, y'all come on up in here. Come on in. Thank y'all for joining. As always. I'm getting ready to show y'all this right here. Y'all, I don't know if y'all see that. If y'all can see that right there, um, what I just tapped on, it's like StreamYard is trying to force the people to share this link. I guess to get more people to come on or start a YouTube. I don't know what they're trying to do, y'all, but it's a gadget that cannot be removed by any content creator. I'll say that. So if you see me put a 1 or a G in there, it's just that I'm trying to read the comments because it's like blocking where the comments goes at and you can't read it. So that's what that is. I can't do nothing with it, y'all. I told y'all the other day, I said they forever doing something. Miss Maria said, can you tap on it and make it? Miss Maria is I can't tap on it and make it do nothing. It's just gonna be right there. It is right there, y'all. Yeah, that part. But what y'all doing? How y'all doing this Saturday morning? It's a blessing to wake up and get on this live and just chitter chat with the people for a little bit. And we ain't gonna be up here all day now, but we're gonna be up here for a few minutes, just talking. Seeing how the people's doing. Hope everybody doing well. Whew, my vacation is over, y'all. It's over. The break is gone. Back in effect on Monday morning. Yeah. It seems like it always goes so fast, when you get a little time off, it just flies by so fast. It's like, phew, gone. It's gone. But thank God for it anyway, in just a little bit. It'll be the summer break. So, yes, all of that, that right there. Mm. But yeah. But anywho, anyhow, welcome everybody. Everybody is welcome. I see y'all still in the bushes being spectators. Y'all be over there in the bushes waiting to see if I'm gonna throw a jab at somebody. I can, but I'm not. Y'all be over there in the bushes waiting to see what I'm gonna say, so y'all can. I better go over there and tell this. Mm-mm. I don't do that over here. I don't have time for the foolery. That part right there. But anyway, and anywho and anyhow, it might be 30 minutes. It might be an hour. It might be 2. I don't know. Not yet. It is what it is. But anyway, y'all know we was talking the other day about that lady that came out and she was bashing the products, y'all. Y'all know about people bashing people, bashing products, bashing. But anyway, y'all, I like shout out to Anonymous T. I like her. She's funny. So I was listening to her. I've already we spoke on it already. But yeah, I was listening to her. And she was saying the same thing I said. I told y'all that chick poured the foam out of that bottle, and she apparently put some water in that bottle. Cleaned that bottle out with water. So once you get ready to pump, there's not going to be any foam that's coming out, y'all. It's just not, because you have cleaned said bottle out. So When people get ready to come against you or call yourself destroying you, they got to make sure they got all the I's dotted and the T's is crossed. I'm just saying. So apparently that is what she did, y'all. Because see, I'm like Anonymous T. Shout out to her. Woo woo. I'm trying to figure out. You didn't even put no water in your hand. Before I put foam on my face, soap or whatever you using, I wet my hand. Y'all, that chick didn't wet her hand. It was just a dry. She gonna get up there and clean the bottle out. Gonna pump something. She already knew what was gonna happen. She already knew. So she was complaining about the products. But I was looking and I can't understand. If you complaining, why you got said products in your showcase? You getting paid for that? Lord, can the people make it make anybody sense? I said, that don't make no sense to me. I said, but you know what? It is just like I said. They had a conference call. Y'all know what happened when the people had a conference call, y'all. They come out to destroy the people, y'all. They be working hard to try to destroy, not destroy, but destroy the people. Um, yes, so they gotta make sure everything sounds good. Make sure they got a whole lot of people. All of that stuff, y'all. Y'all know what people do. Y'all know what they do. So yeah, y'all. She came out to try to ruin Mel's business. hmm She called us. She didn't call us Melamud. She called us Mela something else. It wasn't Melameters, but it was another name that she gave us. But my thing is, Honey Boo Boo, if said products is that bad to you, you don't like them. You don't like said person. You don't have to try to destroy them. Just go on about your business. Move on, move around. Leave that lady alone. But then Mel came back and said, she received something in her inbox. And it was saying, hey, did you see this? Mel said, if you're going to worry, don't pray. That's what the Bible says. If you're going to worry, don't pray. If you're going to pray, stop worrying about it. You're going to have exactly what you are supposed to have when you are supposed to have it, and only God is going to give it to you. I keep telling y'all all the time, favor just ain't fair. Mel said to the person, baby, don't worry about that. Ooh, she said, I don't worry about that. Mm-mm. She said, when people come up against me, I be scared for the people, y'all. That's what she said. She said, I be scared for the people. I hear Canavis in the back saying, mm-hmm. People, y'all better be careful messing with people, messing up your own self. So I see all of y'all still in the bushes being spectators. Y'all are more than welcome to, hit the chat. But if you're over here, please make sure you hit that like button, even if you don't want to subscribe. That's fine. Um, the subscribers that I am supposed to have, um, God is going to give them to me in due time. The one that's about no good and meaning no good, he already took care of that too. hmm He took care of that. So yeah, that part right there. And it's not just my channel. Anywhere you go, um, maybe you don't want to join the chat, but just hit the like button for the people. Like button, the dislike button. However you feeling on that said day, just hit one of them buttons. It don't matter. Just hit it. On it. Hit the button. That part. But yeah, Mel said, she wasn't worried about it. Could care less. Um, Y'all know how much time or you could age if you just sit around worrying about what people said about you, what they thought about you, all of that. Some of y'all probably see my picture, and some people like, oh, I don't like her bang. I don't know why she got her bang like that. Oh, why she got her hair like that. Oh, I don't like that. People just gonna be people. But if you wake up every day to try to please the people, you're gonna be in for a rude awakening. And Miss Maria says, Aunt Mary, she says good morning. I think that's what it says. Yeah. But yeah, Mel was up in there, y'all, packing up the orders, putting stuff on sale for the good people that's interested. And I also told y'all that everything is not just gonna be for everybody. Just like with this YouTube thing, everybody's channel is not gonna be for said people. I don't come to try to hurt anybody's feelings or make somebody feel some type of way or nothing like that. Sometimes we have a good debate up over here. We laugh about the good debate and all of that. Just the other day we was messing with Aunt Natty because she was we to a lot of us, it was some twirls and it was not the twirls and Aunt Natty were going on and we were laughing and carrying on, but it was all out of love and fun, y'all. We had fun over here. We enjoyed it that day. We really enjoyed it that day. It was so funny though. Hey, Miss Larville, good morning and welcome. How are you this Saturday morning? But yeah, y'all, I just came up here to tell y'all, Mel is the least concerned about what the people is trying to do to her, and so am I. Mel is going on about her business with her cheerings and enjoying the life that God has given her, and so am I. Learn to just be yourself, enjoy yourself. If you're gonna worry about something, y'all, worry about like your children, your immediate family, siblings and stuff like that. These people on this internet, y'all losing sleep behind these people. Y'all gotta be kidding me. Miss Laura Bell says, good morning at G and chat and at Maria. Yes, good morning. How are you? But yeah, she was just as happy and content. Could care less about that chick coming up there on that YouTube or telling them lies. That's what she was doing. I had tell y'all I had to go back and look at that chick like 2, 3 times, and I was like, wait a minute, there ain't no foam coming in this girl hand, and I'm like, let me use something, and I tried it both ways. If you use it on dry, it's probably not gonna foam up like that. Probably like a lotion or something you rubbing on your hands. It snowed in Connecticut. Oh my goodness, it hasn't snowed, but I do tell y'all, I'm so thankful that we got the rain that we got within the last couple of days, y'all. It was raining so hard and it has washed a lot of that pollen away because that pollen is no joke, y'all. It was so thick. It was like a person out in the field getting ready to, get their harvest together and the dust be flying. That's how bad that pollen was. But, the rain has come and, it's kind of washed it away, a lot of it, and, calmed the pollen down. And I'm so thankful because I don't like that pollen like that. Yeah, Miss Maria says that, Lori, what? She said it snowed in Connecticut, Miss Maria. Ooh, here we is looking for and forward to the spring, summer, and she over here talking about some snow in the month of April. Wow, that is so interesting. Well, I don't know how much snow y'all got, but y'all be safe out there if you traveling the highways and all of that kind of stuff. Be safe out there. But yeah, y'all, back to that chick, y'all. She should feel embarrassed right about now. Um, and it was such a coincidence slash not of how you came out when said stuff hit the internet and all of that. Then you pop out with your complaints. How long you had that stuff, girl? You just received your products. I'm just asking. Let me try it. And girl, she took a whole, I think she used like 2 or 3 fingers to get the moisturizer out. Now they're putting it on her face. Talking about some, I can't get it to dissolve into my skin. Well, look at how much you used. I guess she was hoping that the girls would be out there fighting, but Mel said, I'm not finna be fighting with nobody. I don't blame her. I ain't either, y'all. Say what you want to say. Do what you want to do. It is what it is. But what I won't be doing, I won't be trying to convince nobody. I don't have time for that, y'all. Um, I say this, believe whatever you want to believe. That's just it, and that's all. And listening to Mel, she feel the same way. Believe whatever you want to believe. I ain't about to lose no sleep over nothing. Not at all. Say my prayer and go to sleep. Just sleep just as good. Yeah. But the people that be trying to do stuff, they're the one that be up all night. That part right there. Miss Larabelle, how much snow did y'all get? A little, a lot? Can you get out? All of that stuff right there. But yeah, that was one of the most things that, kind of happened this week. The YouTube streets, it has calmed down a whole lot. Thank God for that, y'all. Don't see the people, carrying on and all that fussing and stuff. So I'm still praying that everybody can get along. Um, 2 days, a little. Oh wow. Child, I'm glad I ain't down in there, you girl. I'd be like, what is going on? I would probably got up, fix me some breakfast and tidied up or whatever, because that's all I would have to do is tidy up the house and take that cover and throw it back on my head and lay in the bed probably all day long. And well, I would probably put me something in like the crock pot, slow cooker, whatever y'all call it. Put me something in there and get right back in my bed and rest. That part. But then the girl got mad because she was saying that the people that said person sent the meters over there to her to attack her in her chat. I was like, Lord, this y'all, man, this goes for me too. You know, sometimes you get out, and I did get out, y'all. I was out, just didn't say nothing. But the things that the people were saying, y'all, I said, Lord Jesus, who these people talking about? Y'all, I said, who they talking about? Ooh. Mm. I said, Lord, the people just create all kinds of stuff in their world. I said, but you know what? I said, self and myself said, It said, girl, let's let the people have it. And that's what I did, Karen. I'm going. Go to the next one. Here's something else. I said, Lord have mercy. What the hello? Who they talking about? It is funny. It is. Miss Laura says I got some pork roast, slow cooking. Lord, girl. And you know that aroma gonna get up all up in that house. I can smell it now. Oh, it's gonna be good later on. That part right there. But yeah, y'all, I was people didn't even probably know the way they were talking. They didn't even care. But I just smiled and I took my little self right on, kept right on strolling and moving, strolling and moving. But of course, like Mel, don't stop, y'all, when it may look like the whole entire world come up against you. Don't stop. Mm-mm. Don't give people satisfaction like that. Because I tell my kids all the time, I don't have but two, y'all, 36 and 30. You can be dead 30 years. There gonna be somebody out here walking around gonna still bring your name up. They gonna still try to um kill your credibility, all of the above. Anything they think they can do, they gonna be doing that too. They is. It's sad. Miss Maria says suspiciously she used all the same talking points males or former castmates use. That's what I said too. So I already knew what it was. I already knew what it was, y'all. And also, y'all, I want anybody that's listening, anybody that's over in the bushes, y'all. Ever since I hit the YouTube streets, y'all, my videos from day one are up. Um, if you ever curious, because y'all know curiosity did kill the cat. But if you're ever curious, start from video one. That belongs to me. That part right there. Start from video one up until today. And it should tell you everything that you need to know. But I'm going to say this, and I'm not going to take it back. I'm so glad that God came through when He came through and did what He did for me. Because, sometimes you see things, but then you don't want to see things. And see, God be like, oh, you ain't going to do nothing. You just going to let it go on. But what I was doing, y'all, I let it go on. Yeah. So He said, let me go ahead on. Let me do it this. Let me go ahead. Let me handle this. Oh boy. Mm, y'all, I tell you. But yeah, that little lady, y'all, she came out here trying to discourage the people, trying to stop the blessings of meal and the 4-piece nuggets over there. You see, y'all, they don't even care about they don't care about the young lady got 4 babies she trying to feed. Y'all, they don't care about that. I'm just going to try to destroy her. Hmm. Do I care whether her kids eat or not? I don't care about them cheerings. They ain't mine. That's what they say. So I'm going to try this today. Mhm. If this don't work, I'm gonna come back the next day and I'm gonna try something else. I'm just gonna keep on trying, keep on trying, keep on trying. But see, while you keep on trying, you hurting your own self. Hey, Miss Cheryl, girl, happy Saturday to you. Miss Maria says that Laurie, that sounds delicious. Girl, don't it sound good? Mm. I don't know who invented them crock pot slow cookers, y'all, but I tell you, they do come in handy. You can leave the house, put your food in there, put all your ingredients that you want in said food. Ooh, but when you leave and be gone 4 hours, y'all come back and smell that aroma in that house. You like, Lord have mercy. It's almost done. Miss Maria says our pastor said no matter what you achieve, someone is gonna say, I remember when. Mm. Some people don't want to acknowledge your growth. Sad but true. That part right there. Hmm. That is so true. Um, I just don't get some people. I mean, maybe it's not for me to get. It's not for me. It's not for us to get the people. The people gonna be the people, but and they're gonna be a point in time that come into said people's life, and they're gonna be like, "How stupid was I? How did I let these people get power over me like that? Man, I was so stupid. I sure was a follower, not a leader." But then you have children, and you trying to teach the children, but look at you, you following people. But then there's some people that's like, if they don't like you for whatever their reason is, I'm not like this. I can be friends with 2 people that don't get along, and you have to learn to not to discuss that person with the other person. Vice versa. Keep peace or whatever, and hope and pray that one day, that they could come back together, and whatever the situation was, maybe it can be fixed. I don't know, but I come out here and I talk about what's put on my heart to talk about, bits and pieces at a time. Um, when it's read, when the time is right, that's what I do. Let me see what Miss Maria got to say right here. Hmm. Yes, that part. She says some people want to keep you stuck when you are down. Hmm. They absolutely do. But Mel said too, y'all. She said, in time she gonna come out, and there's some more things that she want to talk about, but it was just not the time. And people was telling her to block that person, block him. Mel said, I ain't got time to be up here scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, trying to figure out who said something about me. Let them say it, honey, baby. Let them talk. Let them do what they do. Ooh, y'all. But y'all, as for me, when I tell y'all some of the stuff that I was hearing with my own ears, not nothing that nobody was bringing back to me, but stuff that I was hearing for myself, I said, fix it, Jesus. Hmm. That's what I said. I said, fix it, Jesus. I ain't about to be, I ain't about to be up here arguing with nobody. Mm-mm. I don't be knowing these people like that. I mean, I get up here. And the reason why I started my YouTube is because I like to talk, and I love to laugh. I've met a lot of good people on my journey here. I really have. And also, y'all, I'm working on next Saturday, I'm gonna have three guests, supposed to be having three guests. Haven't set the time yet, but I got to reach back out to said people. But they have a story that they want to tell, and that's what I wanted. I've always said I wanted my channel to be about, spreading the good word, spreading good news, helping people, listening to people's story, because a listening ear always can save a life. Because there's so many people in the world, y'all, that literally, when I say this, this is true. They don't have nobody to talk to. They just be like isolated, sitting in said home, nursing home, or whatever. People in the nursing home, if they know how to operate a phone or whatever, they probably on YouTube listening. And sometimes it just give people life. But there's a lot of people that really don't have nobody, y'all, to talk to. So yes, that's what I like to do. I mean, sometimes it could be just a word that can actually help a person. I did talk to somebody just the other day, and she was telling me, she said, I was in the bushes, but I was listening, and you don't even know what you were saying. You were speaking to me, and it was really helping me, and that's what it should be all about. That's what YouTube should be all about, doing what you can to help the good people out here or whatever. And I always tell y'all, don't come up in here with no craziness, because I can't get crazy too. I can. Well, everybody can. I'm not saying I'm better than nobody else. No, I'm not. Have I heard a lot of people on the YouTube streets along the way of my journey here? You know, um, Saying I'm this and I'm that and I'm from here and I'm from there and all over the places, y'all. I have. People like that is everywhere. Good morning, Miss Faith. Happy Saturday to you and welcome. People like that is everywhere, y'all. Um, and I be saying to myself sometimes, I said, these people must be really crazy. Um, just because you from said place, do that mean people that's not from there gonna let you just do whatever to them? I mean, I be trying to make that make sense to myself. I'm like, that don't make sense. That person just gonna be just standing there and let you say whatever, do whatever, just because you're from whatever place. I be like, man, for the people to be adults, they sure sound childish. Oh my God, it's interesting up here. I'll say that YouTube is so interesting, but yeah, I'll say there's been a lot of good people that I've come in path with, that I have met up here, that makes it that makes you want to continue to go on. When you hear something that somebody said, oh, I appreciate what you said. Oh, that made me feel a certain type of way. Thank you so much. That gives you the motivation to, like, Lord, thank you, God, for letting me be able to help somebody or touch somebody, even when I didn't know I was doing just that. So, yeah, I always say, if you got something on your mind, y'all, you want to get up here on this panel, let a girl know down in the chat, girl, I'm reading. Put down in the chat, if you got something you want to share, if you had some good news, you got a promotion on your job, you want to share it with the good people, you want to share with the people what you went through on your journey as you was climbing to get to that promotion. Get up here and tell it and share it with the people, y'all. But some people like that rah rah all the time. Hey, Miss Donna, girl. Hey, girl. Welcome. She says, hey, y'all. Hey. But yeah, share, y'all. Share good news. Y'all know I don't mind. Um, Sometimes I just let some of the crazies maybe get up there on the panel, but I don't be looking for stuff like that. I just don't be looking for stuff like that. Yeah, I'm a nonchalant person. I could care less. I just don't. Call me crazy, but I have other things that I be doing other than I be more or less trying to see the good in people versus the bad. And there's some bad people out here, for real. But yeah, the panel is open for anybody that wants to, share some good news or some things that's going on in your life. But yeah, the I think it's supposed to be next Saturday. I'm working on it. One person, if you have been in my live from day one, you might have heard said person tell her story, but she more or less like be up for more support for the other people. So hopefully, they will want to come on up here next Saturday and just tell their story, y'all. I hope y'all can join to listen. I'm sure it's gonna be so inspirational, and it's I'm sure it's gonna help some people that's out there. Maria says that Faith, she doing better. Yes, thank God for that. And we still praying, Miss Maria and Miss Denise. Did I speak to her yesterday? I don't think I talked to her yesterday. But yeah, still praying for her as well. Yeah, y'all, the people needs prayer, y'all. People needs prayer, y'all. That part right there. But I just came to let the good people know what Mel was saying. She ain't even bothered by the stuff, y'all. We be bothered. God knows we be bothered. We be just like them beehives, y'all. We jump all up in our feelings. We get the running off of those emotions. Mel over there talking about some la 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 la. Ooh, 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 ooh. Lord, I sure hate it for them, boy. When the good Lord get hold of them. Mel over there feeling sorry for the people. Mel feeling sorry for the people that's trying to bring harm against her, y'all. Ain't that something? Ooh, she be praying. And y'all, I tell y'all, the more I keep saying, pray for your enemy, y'all, it makes the most sense in the whole world. Is it easy? It's a test. And y'all know without a test, there's no testimony. But it's a test. Miss Maria says that Faith, I'm doing better. Thanks. How are you? That part right there, yes, prayers all the way around. But yeah, y'all, don't be worried about Mel when these people coming out here talking about her, trying to drag her and saying all kinds of stuff, y'all, because we know throughout the time that this show have even been on, y'all, the stuff that we have seen that these people have done to her, all of the people came against one person. Hey, y'all, all of the people came against one person to bring her down or to destroy her. They fell. And that one person that just stood with God is still what? That person is still standing, still moving. Lord, the people better start thinking. Ooh, I tell y'all, the people better start thinking. Miss Donna says prayer, amen. Miss Faith says she good. Miss Faith, what you gonna be doing today? Hey, Sexy Diva girl. Hey. Yeah, girl, that old girl that came out trying to put a mark on. I'm gonna say a mark on Mel and the products. Miss Sexy Diva. We know that the girl was lying. She probably after she got off that live telling them lies, she probably said, "Ooh, Lord, this SAB is the best products I ever came across. I can't go out there and tell the people that, y'all. No, I can't do that. I'm trying to mess up the people, the lady business." Adonna says, "No one ever touch what God has for you ever." That part right there. Now, just like with Mel and myself, will you take a hit when the people do stuff? Sure will. You most certainly will, but don't worry about that. Don't even worry about it. Keep on moving. Why should up? Why shut up what, Miss Faith? Miss Faith, why shut up what? What you talking about? Um, Miss Maria says, "Hey, Sexy Diva. Hey, girl. Hey." Um, it's cloudy here today, y'all. I'm kind of ready for the rain to be gone, but I don't know. It look like it's gonna rain again today. But yeah. Yeah, y'all. Don't worry about the people. Like I said, we get so caught up in our feelings and stuff. Yep, that part because we're human, y'all. People are human, so sometimes they act, and I say all the time, look at all the people over there in the good prisons and stuff. If they would have took a few minutes to just think before they acted, they wouldn't have never acted, and they probably wouldn't even be in the prison. A lot of them got life and all of that, 30, 40 years. That's a long time. Well, shut the hell up. But shut the hell up and stop talking about people. Miss Faith, some people that gives them life, that just gives some people life. Miss Maria said, y'all know a lie don't care who tell it. You notice that every time Weather Girl gets in a jam about her business, here comes some. Uh, if it ain't, as Sexy Diva say, kill boy, it's gonna be somebody, y'all. It's gonna be somebody. If it ain't in her business, here comes somebody trying to throw dirt on Mel. How convenient. Ooh, yeah, because it was like this chick. She came out of left field, y'all. The girl, I ain't gonna lie, she came out of left field. I'm gonna show y'all. I'm standing right here in the mirror. I'm show y'all how I'm using the product. I'm gonna show y'all. This is what it said to do. This is what it told me that I was supposed to do. You should have wet your hand first of all, and second of all, you shouldn't have never poured out said products into another jar because I know you didn't pour it down the drain. You poured it in something else, and you put it over there to the side. Cause see, when you get finished standing up here on your live line, you're gonna come back and you're gonna pour that product back in that box because in that bottle because you're gonna use it later on. Girl, you ain't tricking nobody. You didn't trick us. Mm-mm. Girl, if you been through, I don't know where that child been, y'all, because if she been through as much stuff as we've been through with the Melody Cherie Rogers on this here show and the journey that she's been on, child, that little thing you came out talking about, girl, they didn't move the people not one bit. Cause see, we have seen worse. You could have kept that lie. Now you better get on your knees and ask God to forgive you for getting up here. I already told y'all, Mel said she's scared for the people. Mel said she's scared for the people, y'all. Mel is scared for you, too. I don't know what's gonna happen. I wish you the best, though. Stormy sent up people after Melody and in the CC chats trying to use the other day. And sure did. That part right there. Oh, it's just so stupid. And you know what, y'all? It wasn't something that was spontaneous, y'all. This was a plan in progress. They was planning it. They was setting up the plan. Melody face wash is gold, said Sexy Diva. Yeah. hmm and the truth be told, like we said yesterday, everything ain't gonna be for everybody. It's just not gonna be. All of our skin, hair, all of that, everything is different, y'all. And it just might not be for you. But there's more standing for the products than against the products. So on that, I'll say, she's still winning. hmm That part right there, just like with me. More people stood with me than left. So I'm still winning. You have to crawl before you walk. All of that, but it's good. Learning, learning process, learning, just learning. All of that. But I did hear the weather girl talking about she supposed to be coming out with some tax now. I don't know about the biking shorts and all of that. Sexy Diva and Aunt Natty gonna order hers and hey Miss Candy girl, good morning, happy Saturday to you. Um yeah, Aunt Natty said she gonna order hers for the summer, y'all. Hot girl summer is what it's looking like to me. But yeah, she was talking about she gonna get some tights and stuff. I'm like, that girl ain't got no mind of her own. She just don't know how to do nothing and think for herself. If I were her, I would just go and get me a good job and go sit down somewhere. Cause it's just ridiculous the stuff she out here doing right about now. Miss Face says, why is so many followers and not enough leader? Money are going to make you look stupid. Yeah, but yeah, Miss Faith, I tell y'all, when it's all said and done, them people gonna be sitting by looking stupid. Then 9 times out of 10, guess what? They don't even want to be bothered with you. Y'all, that is the funniest part. After you done came together. Now y'all can't even tolerate each other. Look at God. You better go, big God. Ooh, y'all. It's a shame. It's sad, but people gonna be people all day, every day. So enjoy your life, live your life, laugh, 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 y'all. Just laugh. When you hear somebody saying something about you, just laugh and say, ain't nothing I can do. Ain't nothing I'm getting ready to try to do to stop them either. I ain't about to do none of that. I'm just gonna be like, go big God. That part right there. That is it, and that is all. That part. But like I said, y'all, they probably got, y'all know what, that girl probably got mad because she saw Mel and all them cheerings, and the people can say it ain't before y'all. All them there cheerings over there at that restaurant, eating all that steak and whatever the cheerings want to eat, y'all. She don't just do it this around Mel do it whenever she get ready to do it. They over there eating good like that. And people just be jealous like that. They don't like stuff like that. Stay tuned, y'all. They are saying the show will be back in June, but currently, girl, I gotta put my initials down here to see what Miss Candy talking about. Miss Candy, where you get that from? She said, "Stay tuned, y'all. They are saying the show will be back in June, but currently, no evidence of that." At Maria, I'm good. Need to clean this house, girl. That part right there. April, May, June. Lord have mercy, Jesus. Who said that? The own come out and tell us that. What they gonna come back for? They were just saying yesterday that 2.0 were fired. A legend. That's what the people say, y'all, that 2.0 had got fired. All I know, they've been mighty quiet on the set. They quiet on the set, y'all. Tuna Cat said April. Y'all know Miss Stacey down here waiting. She waiting on Tuna Cat to come out and say something. Tuna Cat said one monkey didn't shot that stop the show too, but the show just ain't doing nothing. Miss Maria says that Candy, why don't they give it up? First in March, then the end of April, now June. She says now June. Yeah, okay. Meanwhile, on ain't said a boot about it. That part right there. Hey, Miss KS, and welcome. Good morning. Happy Saturday to you. She says, good morning, Miss G. Hey, G Squad. Hill, Miss Maria. Yeah, all of that. Miss Maria says at KS, she says, welcome. Miss Candy says that Maria, why would you keep the show launch date a secret? Lord, if y'all can make that make somebody sense. Ain't that the truth? Why you gonna keep it a secret and not advertise? See, the people, y'all, they don't have that backbone, that business mind. When our girl was on the show, she promoted the heck out of that show. The only one. And what did she get called in trying to promote the show? What post queen. Tuna Cat didn't even have enough sense to know why she was doing what she was doing. All she could see was the bad in it. I wonder has it clicked yet why she was doing what she was doing. Oh, okay. I see what she was doing now. She was advertising the show. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. And in the process of her advertising the show, is getting people prepared and interested in wanting to watch the show. Oh, so maybe I shouldn't have called her post queen. Now that I think about it, that's what you say, dum. Just slow. Secret and not advertised so people will watch. I don't want to see it. Me either, Miss Ken. I told y'all the only thing I want to see is where are they now? That's it. That's all. That's all I'm waiting for to pop out here now. Hey, Miss Ashley, she says, hey, G and chat, God will handle those who get crucified for telling the truth and those who sent people to sabotage. I see Stormy is making millions no matter what folks say. That's God. Hey, Miss Ashley. Miss Ashley's back, y'all. Welcome, Miss Ashley, y'all. Thank you, Miss Ashley. I don't know if she's making millions or not, Miss Ashley. Um, I don't know. Hey, Miss Dorothy, girl. Good morning. She to my good morning, G Squad. Happy Saturday. She says, hey, Maria. Candace says, they mentioned something about something explosive happening with hotel that will make people outraged. Why they always gotta use hotel? Why they can't use them Scots, y'all? See, that's how come I ain't looking at that mess. Martell, Funky Feet, you stupid for letting them people use you. I guess he say ain't got no money. We got to do. I got to do something. So if it mean me being the target, then so be it. Daggone it. Sexy diva, be nice now. She says they not even talking about filming no more. Tuna Cat ain't modeling them ugly clothes in her 2x2 living room. Not the 2x2 in the living room. Y'all, please make sure y'all, Miss Dorothy says, hey, Ashley. Hey, Ashley, and welcome, Ashley. Y'all actually like it over here. She do, I think. I don't know. She keep coming back over here. So maybe she do. I'm just saying. Y'all please hit that good like button for me. Y'all, I need y'all to become some members, y'all. Support the channel. All of that great stuff. It's greatly appreciated. I thank y'all so much. Let me see. I read that one. Miss Candy says Stormy stays attached to mess. I don't think everything as great as she says. She is always having to explain how well she is doing. Greatness is achieved under the clock of darkness. That part right there. Um, I would love Miss Ashley. You want to come up here and talk with me? Because I want to know why, Miss Ashley. I just want to know why. Uh, um, this is just me. No offense to you at all, but I want to know. Do you think that girl that came out and said that Stormy, the millionaire, the one that's making millions, is trying to sabotage her business? I would really love to know your intake on that. If you don't mind, if you would like to share with us, I want to know. Miss Sexy, you got to try that again for me. Ooh, she says, Ashley, bye. Get on with the shit. Tell Stormy to pay her people with her millions and refund them people for the candle wax. Miss Dorothy says, yeah, she keep coming back. But Ashley hit the like button too. Hey, Miss Sonya, girl. Hey. Miss Faye said, bye, Ashley. I don't want Miss Ashley to leave now yet. I want her to tell me why this girl, this Hispanic girl has come out and said that Stormy's attacking her small business over there. I want to know what she feel about that. It's just a debate, y'all. No harm, no foul at all. But it just seemed like she's team, Stormy, and that's fine. That is just fine. But yeah, I want to know her intake on that. How she feel about that? Do she think that said girl made this stuff up? Does she think she's lying? I would really want to know the insight of it. Yeah, I do. Before y'all say bye, leave that. Stop doing that. But Miss Ashley, if you still in here, can you respond to what I just asked? You know, hey girl, hey beautiful.
Hey, good morning.
How are you today, girl? Hey.
I'm good. I can hop on them off today.
Ah, yes. I saw Miss Dorothy down there. I don't know what she got going on today.
Yeah,
Miss
actually,
Face.
it's Stormy or somebody on her camp that keep coming over here. Like, girl, you claim you ain't like Melody or Stormy, but you over here going hard for Stormy. Goodbye.
Again today, again. I saw Miss Dorothy in here, down there too. Miss Face says the devil is here. We rebuke her in the name of Jesus. That part. Miss Dorothy says, "Hey, sexy diva." That part. Thank you, Miss Maria. It's just amazing how she just come in windmilling for Stormisha this good Saturday morning. But I want to know what she think about what the girl I forgot her name. I got it wrote down. What I want to know what Ashley think about her coming out to call Stormy out for messing with her small business.
It wasn't just her. It was like 10 small business on there
Mm-hmm.
that
So
Stormy's been taken from.
hmm but see, I don't hear people coming out talking about Mel trying to sabotage They business. Mel be up there trying to help promote. And that's where your blessings come in from. When you trying to help the people, not destroy. It looks like she's gone, y'all. Y'all done ran the lady off before she can answer my question. Miss Ashley, come back. Don't listen to the good people over here.
Stormy got her CC. She can go over there and win milk for her over there.
That part right there. But Miss Sexy, did you see the girl come out with the phone line? Did you see that?
That girl just lying. 6 millimeters ate her up and she ran and made up all this stuff. That was a whole setup.
Oh, girl. Mm. I tell y'all, it's coming together to me slowly, y'all. When I went over there to the Kia boy and I was listening to the video, y'all, all that stuff is starting to make sense. It's coming together. Sometimes you got to put the pieces to the puzzles, y'all. So it's coming together. Yes. Miss Darth, I don't know where Ashley gone. Y'all done ran off before she can answer my question. Miss Candace
Stormy
says,
is not getting flued out with TikTok. She's making her own TikToks up, just like Mel was doing at first before she got on with TikTok was sending her out when she was
mm-hmm,
doing it at her house and
mm-hmm.
stuff. She was paying for all that herself. That's what Stormy's back doing because TikTok booted her off.
Yeah, and that thing that she did in Atlanta, that was TikTok like. That's the key word. The people that are missing, like. Miss Candace says, Mel don't bother those people. She is too busy minding her business, the business that pays her. Say it again. Yeah, y'all know I had to add something. I had to add. But Miss Sexy, I just think, the girl Stormy need to, if that's what her intentions is to try to destroy people, she just need to go and get her a 9 to 5 or eight to four or whatever and call it a day. There
And
ain't
that
nothing wrong with that.
husband of hers, he's a kept man, and he does. Stormy does whatever Courtney say because Stormy had a good thing going on when she first came to TikTok with that boy Cal. She let big belly pregnant Courtney send her out, and he runs the show.
Really?
I really thought Courtney was real, but after I seen what that girl said, her ex employee said, and a couple things I just caught on from Courtney, like when Kyle said that, it was all Courtney. Everybody say when Courtney say something, Stormy changes her mind and she go against that person.
Wow. Well,
And
now I have a question for you. Do you have any inkling of what his job title is? Is it
um,
just the husband in the background?
kept husband.
Oh my God. Miss Candy says, honestly, there should be no communication with these ops in the chat. Just block them. That way they can't create a whole big story, something happened. Yeah, absolutely. But I don't see her no more, Miss Candy. She gone now. She just came over here to drop that little bit of tea and she's gone. KS says, I'm so out of the loop. Why Stormy get fired from TikTok? LOL. Ooh. Um,
Wasn't
Miss
sending those people orders out, was sending
Mhm.
people spoiled looking chocolate milk, candle wax.
Flavors that wasn't the flavor, uh may get it, may not get it. It's just the list goes on. I mean, it's a lot.
Cal said that. Remember when they broke up?
Hmm.
Cal said
Hmm.
that Stormy wanted to go and do other stuff and get into other stuff. And he was like, he didn't want to do it. And that's why she turned on Cal because he wasn't with that. Stealing
Yeah.
other people's stuff and trying to sell all this stuff. He was focused on that body glaze.
Hmm. Trying to, do it the right way.
Yeah.
And you win so much when you do things the right way. It doesn't matter about the people that comes up against you. Miss Dorothy says Stormy husband has a candy store. Oh
Hmm.
Lord. Oh Lord. Can I get some Tootsie Rolls? Tootsie Rolls. Can I get some Tootsie Rolls out of the candy store? I'm just
It
asking.
ain't the candy store you want, G.
I'm just trying to see. Can a girl get some Tootsie Rolls, a couple of lollipops up in there? Lollipops. Can I get some lollipops and Tootsie Rolls? I'm just asking. That part. Miss Candace says no, but he is great at Alibaba to distribute the goods allegedly.
Well,
Mm-mm.
what's she gonna do? Because Donald Trump and China is into it. He said he's pausing all the rest of the, but China's is going through, and China's hitting back at us. So how's she gonna get a product?
I don't know. She didn't see Miss Sexy. She didn't even see that coming. She didn't see that. You can go so long doing this crazy stuff, but eventually you will be stopped. And that's what
Because
happened.
I wanted to order some more shoe like things from Tumi to go in my closet to organize, but I'm scared to order it because they come from China.
I know that's the truth. Oh my God. You better
Even
find
though it don't cost that much, I might not ever get my little shoe beds. I'm gonna have to go find them here.
you're gonna have to yeah, go somewhere else. Don't do that. I'm tell you, don't try it, girl. Don't Mm-mm. I would not. Uh-uh. But evidently, I must have been right because Ashley ain't answered my question yet. I'm still searching the chat trying to see if she answered, but I didn't get no response. So I know the next time when you come back, Ashley, I know it'll be your birthday if you come back. So
And
I'll
Mel
be
has
waiting.
had $1 million sales on TikTok. She just don't tell nobody. She'll come like a couple months later because I remember her posting like she made like 1 point some million, think around her Christmas live, but she didn't post it till like later on or her Black Friday live. She make $1 million sales. She just don't brag about it.
That part right there. And guess what? I think Miss Van is like a silent partner of
Mm-hmm.
mine. I think Miss Van is a silent partner, and she just, she want Mel to shine, but she got her back. She's there, and I wouldn't be out there telling the people, what I'm like. Y'all got to be careful with that today. People,
Mm-hmm.
it's hard times. People out here lurking. Child, you mess around, get hit in the head, even though we know Jason is there, but you don't know about these people. I wouldn't do that. Just like if I won the lottery, y'all don't know me.
Yeah, she's going around bragging about it. Mel makes $1 million sales, but she don't talk about it. She don't
To
brag
me,
about it. And that's
To
how
me,
you
Miss
supposed to
Sexy,
be.
yeah, that's a person that's not used to nothing. See, the people, what they keep failing to realize, and I don't know why they so crazy in their mind, they just forget. If I'm not mistaken, and please correct me if I'm wrong, Mel was a millionaire before that show.
Yes.
So why they
Her
acting like
her and
she
Funky Feet.
that part? Why they don't understand that?
That's why they was all so jealous of Mel and Martell. Martell messed that up for himself. Him and Mel could have been, oh, Funky Feet
And
just wouldn't listen. Like
girl,
they had it going on.
the power couple, an inspiration to upcoming younger couples. That's a fool. Girl, we
She
talk
had
about
you
them
in the
every day.
rooms of Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Yes. Miss Sexy, have you ever heard what you call her? I call her choo choo train. I call her coleslaw sometimes. Did you ever hear her admit recently that said couple was the power couple?
She already knew she had researched Martell.
Mm, that part. She
She
did. She said it, y'all. She said, I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all. She said they was a power couple. What you say, Sex?
She already knew she had did her research on
I think
Martell.
so. Mm-hmm.
That's why that's why Nell turned on Mel because her and Chris could never be in that position. They tried, Carlos tried to put them in that position, but since we wasn't, the fans wasn't accepting them after that stuff came out with Lexi, and we've seen the true them, like, that's why I believe Nell turned on Mel because she was like, well, if I'm not gonna be the power couple, you not gonna be the it girl.
Mm-hmm.
They got
But
too much jealous spirits. I don't like being around people like that.
Me either, Sexy. I really don't. But did you also hear that I never thought that Carlos liked it. Nell, I'm not gonna really say he didn't like Chris, but Nell, he didn't really care for Nell like that. And also, y'all remember when he stopped filming them, and Mel told the story about she had to go there and for 2 hours, and then she made some calls, and there you is, you're back on the show. But when you got back on the show, what did you do? You went right back over there to the other side. That's what Mel said, y'all. He like,
I think that happened when Lexi came out and did that interview because it had to happen last season because Nell wasn't on there but 2 seasons. Chris was on there, but Nell full time on there was like the season Kiki was on, the last season Kiki was on there, and this season Nell wasn't full time before then. Cause that's when
Mm-hmm.
Tiffany was on there. Nell wasn't like no full time castmate. I think
Right.
after that Lexus interview came out, and I think Carlos wanted to dig deep in that, but they didn't want their business to be out in some way.
Mm-hmm.
Once Mel got her back on that show, I believe Carlos told her she had to flip on Melody to, stay on that show, and that's what that bad wig wearing heifer did.
That part right there. Miss Candace says Mel can't brag about her money because then you have Leach AC and Hotel trying to scheme how to get some of it. That part right there. Miss Dorothy says yes, she was a millionaire before that stupid show. KS says yes, Royally messed up the potential bag and their family. I told y'all every day that boy he wake up he be like, what for some for JJ? I lost it all.
And G
Y'all, that
Squad,
fool be quiet the other day.
Melody just don't make money on TikTok. People forget Melody every time she has a class. She
Yes,
had it full with 40 people. If you even when it had price $1,500, you time that times 40 people. That's almost $500,000 right there. See,
say it
they
again.
keep forgetting that Mel has that class, and she has
Yep.
every time she lunches one, they're full. I'm thinking
Yes.
about saving, getting into it because Arizona has a lot of like foreclosure homes and like a lot of
Mm-hmm.
that out here. So I told
Mm-hmm.
my sister that at least one of us need to take it, and my brother, like one of us could take it, and then we can
Yeah.
all just work as a family.
Yeah, bring the family on. I wish I lived close to somebody, or maybe I'll save up and take the class, and maybe my sons and I can
Yeah, that's a good
do it.
idea.
Mm-hmm. Miss Candace says the outrage about Lexi was overblown and overdone. That part right there. She says, "Can playing devil's advocate, the show is partially scripted." Yeah, that part right there. If the producers give you lines, lines, are you not supposed to recite them? Lord, I can't read the rest. Yeah, you do. Okay, here it is. Recite them. It is safe to say Nell was just doing her job.
Well, this is not scripted TV. This supposed to be your
A
reality.
reality. Mm-hmm.
So that's the difference between it. They're not on
Yeah,
scripted TV. They're supposed to be reality TV.
yeah. Miss Faith says she's going to take the class. Yeah, I'm considering,
Oh, goodness, Faye.
yeah, maybe I can, keep working hard on my YouTube here and save up and take that class. Just, for
Yeah,
nothing
and
else but
then
me.
see your boys live in North Carolina. Like y'all can be in Virginia, North Carolina. Like that would be good. Like that's
Mm-hmm.
what I want to do. Cause I told my daughter also, she lived back home. And I was like, well, if I take the class, I can teach you and you can get into it, or you could take the
Mm-hmm.
class and you could start it down that way because it's a lot of houses like that.
Right. Um, Now, Candace says we know it's supposed to be reality, but the reality is it's scripted. Yes. Maria says, at G, I'm leaving now. I have to go to rehearsal. Thank you so much, Miss Maria. I love you. I will chat with you later on today. She says, everybody have a good day. I'll catch you later. Okay, thank you. Um, Candace said the class is good, and I can't read the rest of this crap. StreamYard makes me sick. But yeah, they just think it's all about that YouTube thing. And see, that's people that's in somebody else's business that don't know what they're talking about. They
Yeah.
wish that's all she did have, but people just gotta realize, what God has for you, it is yours. There is nothing in the entire world you and nobody else can do about it. That's it. That's all. Miss Candy said the class is good and easy to follow. And Mel also said, she's available to the people. She just don't give you the class. And people say take your money and you go on out there and do what you do the best you can. Now she's there for you. She's there. But of course. They just got to have something to talk about. And also, don't forget, Miss Sexy. Remember, Maho said he was gonna do a class.
Ain't nobody listen to that drunk, in
Y'all
my
know he's supposed
opinion.
to be doing a class. And where is he at anyway?
Well, he gonna be teaching people how to smoke cigars and how to drink Hennessy,
Who? Not the Henny. I don't know, girl. But yeah, he said he was gonna do a class. That's what he said.
just like Tuna Cat was doing the class. Girl, you can't even talk. Who's came up there and said they told her that? Said they got- I was on somebody, I think somebody channel, and somebody came up and said she was saying they was like learn how to talk first, Tuna Cat.
Oh no, they didn't. They didn't say that.
As they got blocked.
Oh, cool. Mhm. What they thought? I told the people that show ain't coming back because if it was, Wanda would have said so by now.
Wonder Face told it all. Wonder
Uh huh.
Face told it all when they asked her about it.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell the happiness just went out of her. I think after that stuff happened with Kill Boy, I think Carlos stopped filming them because the show
Oh.
wasn't guaranteed to come back. But I think after that stuff happened with them potatoes and Kill Boy, I think he just ceased filming altogether because you ain't been hearing them talk about, oh, we going to film and we going to film and we going to film. They ain't been
Uh-uh.
talking about it ever since that happened. I think Carlos pulled the plug on the film and then.
Mm.
Because when they asked Wanda, you could tell all in her face she was so disappointed.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Um, I'm still on the fence with that whole situation though. Uh,
I
I
don't know.
don't believe it. I don't know. I don't believe it because he's not coming at her like that.
Yeah,
I'm,
it did kind of seem funny and piano teeth over there. I ain't gonna say nothing bad about it. I ain't gonna say nothing bad about it, but the show coming back, the show coming back. So I'm like, I kind of feel you too. I thought about when you said you thought all three of them was working together. I'm like, yeah, it kind of, this thing's funny.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm like, because why? Even when he went to that thing Stormy had in Atlanta, he told me, and I was invited to this, y'all. Well, I don't think she know I'm here not yet, but I was invited, y'all. Like, what are you saying?
And then Killboy to act like you knew Marcus so much when Kiki was on the show. You knew like
Uh-huh.
Marcus was your best friend. To now you don't know Marcus and Marcus don't know you. Like it just
Uh-huh.
don't seem right. I guess they
Uh-huh.
thought we forgot about that. Marcus Byrne, Marcus Byrne. That's all he used to say. Marcus Byrne, because I got inside information. Marcus
And
Byrne.
and then what about he saying, thank you, Carlos. I'm out. Bye, Carlos, and all this kind of stuff. You know,
And
it's the
people
little
paying
things
my
that we put
lawyer
out.
fees. He claimed
Yeah.
Carlos paid his lawyer fees to sue Mel that never came across.
What?
No judge death. Yeah, that's what he was trying to say when he claimed he was suing Mel.
Uh-huh.
But when she got and did that live about him and tried to say that she gave his job away. Remember he claimed he was walking up there with that dry briefcase in the fake courtroom, getting in his car to be, yeah, it's good. It's good. Everything's gonna work out. I was like, this boy is fighting. Something is wrong with him. You getting
Yeah,
up, driving to the courthouse, getting out your car, acting like you going to court, acting like you got a lawyer, and you ain't even filed a lawsuit. You was going for you and A stuff drama that was going on.
yeah.
They going to court for me. Yes, she gonna be parting ways for her money.
That right there was a whole mess all by itself. Ugh. Ugh. Faye says, I'm going to let my boys run it. I am doing another business. All right, Miss Faye.
Okay,
Uh, yeah, KS
well,
says, have
let's
a
shoot
blessed
out.
day, Miss Maria. Mm-hmm. Make that money. There's so many ways, you know. And for some people, it might take a little bit of time. You got to save. You got to do what you got to do, y'all. Always got to crawl before we walk. That's it. Miss Candace says Unc would have been wrong if something happened to Killboy in Bessemer. I still think they in cahoots, y'all. Say what you want. That's just my thought. It ain't adding up to me.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
because everything was all good till Tisha them showed up. Then you claim that he didn't supposed to come at this time. He supposed to came at this time. Girl, it just don't seem right. It's not. I'm like you. It's not adding up.
Like all holy hell broke loose or whatever, and nah, they play. Mm-mm.
That's what CK get. I'm so glad. I love it. I'm loving every bit of it. That's exactly what CK get because CK was in cahoots right with Kia Boy and all the rest of them. They got Kiki off of there and they wanted to, like he said, ice out.
Mm-hmm. That what he said. I said out. Mm-hmm.
And they did just that and it didn't come right. You see, Weather Girl quit in the middle of the season last year.
Oh God! And see another thing, he never came out and even acknowledged for Mel for being um, the reality queen. He never even said a mumbling word. But then you got somebody like I guess Ashley really left y'all. Stormy, don't you come back over here? Doggone it. But yeah, you got somebody like Stormy that's doing people like she doing that girl on with her products. He always want to toot her horn. But there's something wrong with these people, y'all.
Oh, that's the deal when Melody won that reality queen. That just they sent them all off the edge. They was all
Mhm.
tipping on the edge. But when she won that reality queen and didn't thank Carlos King, she thanked OWN and the millimeters and her mom and her kids.
That
And
part.
that took Carlos it took him all the way over the edge. So he was on. It was on then. It was on like Donkey Kong.
He like, what the hell just happened?
Because you remember
What
he
is
was
going
bragging
on?
about the mail collector girl being on there, how pretty she was and all that. But baby, he didn't know Melody was gonna win. And I
Mm,
thank him. Mm-mm.
that is so sad. That's pathetic. You know, you her boss. You was working with her, and then you first came out. You telling her you knew she was a boss and all of this and all of that when you first met her, and this is how you re. He ain't got no sense. Y'all, them people ain't got no sense.
I wouldn't have thanked you either after you treated her the way you treated her all these seasons. You thought she was gonna give you any props. She was done with you.
And you know what's
Melody
so
was
funny to
done
me,
with
sexy?
Carla.
All the people that he knows, all the people, you got Claudia, Nene Leaks, uh, Kenya, and all these people you know. But when it's time for him to have received something, why he always call on Mel?
Because they
Why
don't
you
see the Carlos like that. They just go there. And Carlos actually, like Kenya, that interview with Kenya, that's what sealed Kenya did to get off Bravo. Bravo was just waiting on her ass to do something. Like everybody that go interview with Carlos, you see how they happen. I don't know why they keep it heavily around, but she probably gone this season too.
she need to go. She need to go. She ain't came out yet because she don't know what to say to the people with the son, mugshot and all of that stuff floating all over YouTube and stuff. So she
I
probably
don't
trying to
even
figure out.
see why Nene went back fooling with Carlos. Girl, Carlos was the whole thing that got you off the show too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I wonder why I only seen her one time. Where'd she go? What happened?
Nene's not consistent. I like Nene, but she's not consistent. I think her only wish to fame is Housewives. Like she claims you were gonna do some little parts like that show she had on Lifetime. It didn't last long. That dating show. Like I just don't think Nene be consistent.
Wow. It's looking like she, I don't know. I don't know. Nene all over the way, all over the place. Candace is right at sexy diva. He admits he did not know Marcus and was scared to confront him in the park. Candy also says his disdain for Melody was so obvious and quiet, disgusting. She was the reason that the show was the success it was. That part. I see you, Miss Sonya, down there talking about some Team Heavenly with a smiley face.
When Melody realized that Carlos was full of shit, she quit promoting that show. Carlos was mad. Like Melody did not promote that show last season or barely the season before that, like she had been. And
Mm-hmm.
Carlos realized because it was only her promoting the show, wasn't nobody else promoting the show. They was just receiving the benefits.
receive. Now, why they couldn't just get up there and promote the show? Why? One food truck lady said the show up until that last live she did, she would say the show gonna come back, y'all. It's gonna be better than ever. Who how that supposed to happen? Who gonna be up there?
And that's what made me feel like they went in cahoots. I believe Wanda and Anthony did, but I don't think those Carlos and them knew that she was inviting Anthony. I think Wanda was inviting Killboy there to go after Destiny and Kimmy.
Really?
Yes, that's why I believe she invited that boy down there because all of you tell me I told him to come at 3 o'clock. Girl, he made it there at 2:45. Like what or 2:30. What's the big difference?
Mm-hmm.
They wasn't even there when he got there. He was showing it on the live. Tisha and them wasn't even there. He seen them drive up. So which
Mm.
one was it? She told two lies. First she said, I told him to come at 3 o'clock because we was gonna be done filming. No, y'all wasn't because they didn't get there until that time.
Mm.
I
I don't
think
know.
Wanda had them to was gonna go after Destiny and Kimmy. It was the setup for them two, but then it didn't work out like that.
Mm.
Because when they got their t-shirts flipped out, that's what made all the stuff go down because at first he said that, but then he came back and retracted it. Like, I didn't
Mm-hmm.
say that they had a problem. I didn't say none of the women. You see how quick he had. But the first day he was mad. He said it. That somebody was like, we not filming if he's here. But then he
Mm-hmm.
came back and said, no, it wasn't them. Miss Wanda lied. He tried to put it all on Miss Wanda. But the first day you said that soon as they got off the sprinter, that they was like, I ain't filming with him over
Yeah.
there. So I don't know. I think it was a setup with Miss Wanda and Piano Teeth and Kia Boy.
Mm. Yeah, it's something just is off, and eventually it's going. It'll find its way out. And the people would know, but I don't believe it. I just don't trust them people. That part. Was Carlos a part of it? Possibility, either him or the production. Somebody knew. She ain't got that kind of power to just be like, yeah, come on down here. No, mm-mm. It was more to all that mess right there. And then I was like, he ain't acting right. He just ain't saying nothing. He went harder at her when he used to call her, hang up, say, ooh, blah 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 blah, blah blah. She don't know where I got a phone number from, y'all. She don't know where I got a phone number from. He went harder then than he did when the people were saying she set him up.
And
Boy,
I did Miss Van just because she didn't want him at her book thing. And
yeah,
Melody, like you went in, wish death on these ladies and their family and everything. Like you went to the hell
gutter.
for them. And they didn't even meet up with you, didn't even, they just, nice, not want to fool with you in a nice
Mhm.
little way, but you couldn't take that. They didn't like go off on you. They just, in a nice little, I ain't trying to be bothered way.
Yeah, that part right there. Yep.
Until you
But
got on Mel last nerves and lied on her, and she did that live about you, but she didn't do nothing but tell the truth.
mhm. Mhm. But I guess it had to take a little time. But like I was telling the people, his YouTube is YouTube because Mel sent the people over there. She said, "Oh, he got a channel, y'all. Y'all go over there and subscribe and support his channel." I remember that because I was in that live. But I always had a eerie feeling whenever Mel would go live on the Saturday mornings, and that dude would always, I don't know how he would jump everybody in the line, but he was always laying down there in front of me, sitting Indian style. Y'all remember that?
Mhm.
He'll sit down there. He'd be like, "Hey, Mel." I was like, "There's something off with that dude right there, man. What's wrong with him?"
I
Uh,
never liked him. I never could get into Kia Boy. The way he talk, like you said, the way he move his hands, he just get on my nerves.
yeah. And then he came out telling the tea about that gospel singer. That could have pushed that guy over the edge, and he could have took his life. But people, when people doing stuff, they don't care about what your mental health status is. They could care less about that. If that's what you do, that's on you. Ain't got nothing to do with, they come up with that type attitude. But yeah, when that came out, I was like, whoa, this is just too much right
I
here.
just
Then
think it's like dried up for the other side because like that's why I commend all y'all. Y'all still get up here every day and like we make conversations. We talk about different stuff like and like they still talk about Melody. Like y'all more obsessed with Melody than anybody. Like all those other CCs still talk about Melody, still talk about the show. Like we have conversations about different stuff and other CCs
Mhm.
too. I'm seeing like the CCs that I watch, like they all on different stuff. Like nobody's on that, but they don't got nothing to talk about. We have stuff to talk about. Y'all the ones don't have nothing to talk about. Y'all talk about us and Melody.
Sometimes, and that's what I like most about YouTube. You get up here, and like my title says today, Mel says God will handle it. That doesn't mean the whole hour, whatever, 2 hours gonna be spent on that. Sometimes we share things amongst ourselves, something that happened, throughout the work week or whatever. It's just, not just, and besides, I'm not, you not, the people not. We don't bash Mel. She got these babies, y'all. That's what I'm most concerned about: her health, her babies, her mama. They just want to do all that rah rah crazy stuff or what? Man, they better be scared, because that stuff gonna come. I say it all the time: karma got everybody's address.
I'm just seeing them making content about Melody CCs and Melody supporters. I'm like, y'all claim we don't have nothing to talk about, but y'all the ones really don't have nothing to talk about. Because I see mostly Melody content creators talk about Real Housewives, Married to Medicine. They on the next reality show. They're not sitting over here talk about the millimeters and mail. Like y'all the ones doing that.
Mm-hmm. And when that girl came out talking about the products and all that, I said I should have known it was about time, because the YouTube streets is dry now. And by the cast not coming out to say anything. They like quiet on the set, that when I say they ain't got nothing to say, they don't have nothing to say. So it does makes it a little hard, to come out and, talk about things. But you just get up here and just let God guide you. Whatever the conversation is, it is the conversation.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
like that with the CCs that switching around and just, free balling and, going to different stuff. I can, respect that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because nothing lasts forever. Sonya says WK said the show will be back in June, but I don't believe it. Nobody does. Miss Candace says they are just taking their insecurities out on Mel. They make up stories. Yeah, that part. Yeah, they do. Cause I did. I be looking and seeing little stuff, but y'all know me. I don't say nothing. I just be like, okay, let me keep on moving. I'm not supposed to be over here or something, but.
Yeah, because the ones that keep talking negative about Mel, they don't have no content, so they get any little thing and they runs it in the ground. Oh, Melanie, this girl said this. This one girl and got up here and lied. Like that's why I was hoping didn't. I seen a lot of CCs didn't even give it too much life. A couple
Mm-hmm.
millimeters, true millimeters, they was pissed off, but I was glad too many of Melody CCs didn't even give it life
Right,
because
right,
that's
right.
all they wanted. But that girl came over here, we gave it a little life, but we don't sit over there and just talk about it. Y'all not making it y'all thumbnails and they making it they thumbnails. That crazy still a lady. She up at 3 o'clock in the morning hollering it. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
about
Mm-hmm.
it. Like, girl, is you tired or is you tired? Like, girl, go get some content. Like, you is drinking. You wait on something to say negative for Mel or the millimeters to come out. Up at
Uh-huh.
2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, hollering like, girl, I can't. I don't know who even listened to that.
Oh my God. Ooh. Miss KS says the Scots and them don't realize that they need CCs to stay relevant. They should want CCs talking about them and should be doing should they ain't doing nothing. They afraid of what's gonna come out. That's
We
why.
don't hear nothing about them. We done with them. So they better go to their CCs and have their CCs to pump them up. But they CCs study pumping Mel up, talking about her.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So I'm like, ugh. Let me finish reading this. They use her to deflect from their lives on the show for years now. What they gonna do? The show ain't gonna come back, y'all, cause these people is boring. They ain't got nothing to do. They what's so embarrassing is the way that they allow said husbands to treat them. They don't have the morals and standards and all of that that's needed to have to walk away. The husband identifies is their identity. They don't know how to be themselves. Man, I wish I would. Uh-uh.
Tisha, if Tisha and Kimmy would have did like Mel and left them sapsuckers when she left Martell and they all bossed up and did that 47 acres, they would have been some bosses. But them heifers too jealous to realize
Mm-hmm.
what was the bigger picture.
Mm-hmm.
Let the men run their lives like girl, I would never.
What really got me was when they couldn't even say thank you. That really got me. Because that was Mel's idea. Let's keep it a book. You know, Carlos, did he come in and switch some things to call it his own? Absolutely, he did that. Because Mel was just getting started, y'all, and we gonna stumble and we make some mistakes on our way. But you can best believe now she have learned a whole lot from just dealing with Carlos. She knows what I should and what I shouldn't do at this point. It was all brand new to her. But them people, they didn't pay the money. But my thing is, y'all wanted to ice her out. You didn't want her on the show. Don't call it LAMH no more. Pay Carlos and come up with your own creation. That's what they can do. They know him now. What's the problem?
They ain't got no idea. And they ain't about to pay Carlos. You think more so gonna let Tisha give away their last little money to there and they gotta pay them loans back?
Girl, how they gonna pay the loans back? They ain't
Uh-uh.
got no job. Can't nobody make me believe that Carlos is paying them people and the show ain't nobody them ain't nothing. Everybody quiet on the set. What he
That
paying them
could have
for?
bossed up when Mel paid them jokers out and got that divorce. They could have been some real estate ladies and had that 47 acres and could have been building on it. They would have been some boss. Now that's the TV show they should have went with.
Mm-hmm.
Carlos
Mm-hmm.
always the men don't never get to talk or say their piece on the reality store. The men always get shined in the back. It's called the Real Housewife. That's why the men didn't need to talk. It was about the
Mm-hmm.
lady.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So my show's gonna let the men be having their say so too. That's what messed up the show. Fool.
Mm. That
Tisha
part
didn't have
right
her
there.
mama in Marstow because Tisha wanted to follow Melody, but they all got in her ear. She was trying to get the blueprint. But Tisha let her mom, her husband, and Kimmy little snake ass get in her ear about Melody. So that's why she lost out. I would have loved to see them all build on that the women, build on that
Yeah.
47 acres. That would have been a good move for
Yeah.
Huntsville.
I think Kimmy got quiet too because people started digging up in Baltimore. People started saying a little bit of stuff about that one night stand that she had with the man, and boo. Now we have Jalen. You know, the people started digging, and she said, I better go sit my ass down. And it all came about really, after she called herself reading mail down at that reunion. Didn't he know what she was saying? Ain't nobody said nothing about when you that bad baby, that badass butt job you got. Girl, what you talking about?
Couldn't even
And
say
your
it. She
girl
act
was
like
up
she was
there.
scared to say it.
Yeah, you saw that, didn't you?
They all knew Kimmy was gonna say that Tisha them because they all laughed. They all concocted that. Kimmy was scared to say it. They all knew what was coming, what Kimmy was saying. You could tell how nervous, how she couldn't even get it out right. They all knew what Kimmy was gonna say. This was all a setup. They had all got together and said what they was gonna say about Mel Destiny too. Carlos knew it too. Kimmy sat up there and said that y'all was filming in this girl backyard for free. It was her show.
Mm-hmm. They had that conference call, and
Yeah,
they all got
they
together
all
because
knew what they was gonna say. I'm say this about it. Girl, you
you
wish
heard
you
how
could look
loud.
like
Did you
Mel.
hear how loud Tisha was laughing? She thought that
Mm-hmm.
was the funniest because you already knew what it was gonna say.
Look at your BBL and it stank. Tisha, you was built up like a box booty ass woman when you first came on that show with a little boy body with no titties, and she got titties too. Tisha
Yeah,
didn't have no titties. Tisha was like a little 17-year-old boy body.
yes.
Box ass. It was flat.
She ain't had nothing, girl. She ain't had nothing.
Well, my daughter ain't got no BBL. Girl, your daughter got a BBL. Just say she got one. Who cares? She got it. She got it.
That part right there. But you know what? What she gonna do now, sexy, that the show ain't on? She ain't got no money. She can't go back and get no more loans because before the show actually even went off, they said she had defaulted in the loan. So how she supposed to take care of this BBL? How she gonna even get this whatever taken out? What? Ooh.
Mhm. That's why
How you?
you can't be splurging all the time and ain't bringing
Ooh.
in no money. They don't even talk about shows no more. You don't even hear them talk about shows no more.
No, no, none of that. Ooh.
They're gonna put a sign up every now and then and take a picture.
Mm. Miss Candace says CK did not want to go with Mel's original concept because he knows nothing about building. He only tears down families. That part right there.
We wanted black excellence, like you said. Like the show was good when it first came on, but the men, like you said, the men is they needed to be in the background for real.
Yeah. They all just disgusting. But I'm gonna tell y'all this when it did first come on. Now I used to say Lemonhead had the most sense in the whole situation, but turn out he the worst one of old ex deacon. Boy, you better stop playing with the good Lord.
I don't even think he was a deacon. I think that was a storyline. You could
KS says
not be
wake
a
it up.
deacon and act the way you act. Like, yeah, you can because that preacher that
Mhm.
happened down there in Memphis, but they all like that down there in Memphis. It's all those pastors. It's maybe a few of them. I went to a lady she preached because most of the men's out there cheating on their women down. The pastors something else in
Mhm.
Memphis. Like they stay cheating.
All the time. Miss KS says, wake it up at Sexy Diva. She acts like we don't remember what she looked like before the surgeries, trying to keep up with male. She but
Let's go back to season 1 and 2. You
mm,
could see the real Tisha
that part right there and compare.
and her
Compare
mom.
it.
Like, I know BBL. Girl, she got one. Just live with it. Who cares? It's not that big of a deal. A lot of people got BBLs. We can't help it that they stink.
Ugh. Miss Candy says they renamed Scope. They
Oh, they
did. I forgot
renounced
what
it.
it was.
Oh, they probably went into bankruptcy. They trying to get some more loans, so they probably had to go with a new name. That's what happened when you do that. You get a new CPN number, and you go try to get a new name and a new business. Put your business in a new name and try to so she could get some more loans because Scope probably loaned out. They can't do nothing with that no more.
Mm. I don't even if they do rename it or whatever, I just don't think them banks is gonna get them people no more loans, y'all.
When
You
you
gotta show a profit. What a
Yeah,
profit
when
is.
you see people jumping from name to name, that means they
Mm-hmm.
can burn that first name up, so they going to try to burn up that second name.
Mm.
Since
Wow.
Melody left Martell and she dissolved all her stuff, she been with Seventh Avenue since then, and Melody Cherie Preservation. She haven't changed her name
Mm-hmm.
because she pays her bills, and she not out getting loans on her business.
Right, right. But now whenever she had a little scene with Marho, that was good TV because she always checked them every time and that turned that fool
Yeah,
on. Did y'all know that?
that was good. Especially when she said you filed bankruptcy. I filed because
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna get stuck with my ex-husband bills, and I don't blame. I would have filed bankruptcy, but you filed. He was so boy, Mill got him that day, baby. You know she was gonna say that on TV. I don't believe.
He was embarrassed though, but it was a turn on to him because that tuna cat didn't have the nerves to go at him like that. Whatever came, I said, I don't know why the people on this show keep messing with her. They don't be ready for Mel. Mel will get them every time.
And just like
And
Chris,
even
oh,
with
she wasn't gonna come to my wedding unless I told her about I didn't hook Martell up. Seemed like she still want him. I want to go through that TV and just punch that short cheater.
they need to get what that dude name off of Five Heartbeat. I don't even like Chris no more. And look at that, you don't even see him on TikTok like he used to be. He was
Oh,
TikToking
Preacher
every
Boy. That's
freaking
who he
day.
remind you of the Five Heartbeats, Preacher Boy. He's short like him and dark like him, little Preacher Boy.
Yes, yes, choir boy, choir boy.
Yeah, Choir Boy.
When I tell y'all he was TikToking every day, all these people, y'all, everybody is quiet on the set. I don't understand. It ain't making no sense. Why?
They not filming no more. The show
Mm,
wasn't coming back, but now, G, they're not filming anymore. You know, they was all running around. Oh, we still filming. We filming. We filming. All of them
mhm,
running around there filming. But now, ever since that stuff happened with Kill Boy, ain't been no more filming.
mhm. Miss Candy says she is now shaped like a bread box, not a whole bread box, girl. And look, she probably glad because you remember the last time I think that child came out, a tuna cat, she was talking about, I gotta do this, I gotta go take the kids to school, I gotta girl, you should have been teaching them kids at the age of 5 how to make a dag lemon peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Or buy
She
something
didn't
and put
teach
it
them.
in the microwave. Like my
She didn't,
kids knew what to go put. Buy, my kids love noodles, cup noodles. I buy all that pizza rolls. My kids knew how to pop that stuff in the microwave and cook it themselves. They
nah,
knew.
she ain't teaching, she ain't teach the childrens nothing.
And then
Let
when
them
I was
alone.
like at home in the evening time cooking dinner, both of my kids was in the kitchen. They both know how to cook. Like they knew not
Watching
to
you.
mess with that stove when I went at home, but I bought them stuff to put in the microwave, cereals. Kids eat stuff like that. That's all you need
Hmm.
in your house. Noodles, hot dogs, pizza rolls, stuff like that. That's what I bought a lot when my kids was coming up.
And I'm gonna tell y'all, my kids 36 and 30, they can cook, but my baby can cook his you know what off. That boy can really, really, really cook. My oldest son, not so much, but if he have to, he will. But my baby, yeah, that boy can cook.
That's good. That's how my mom's. I got four brothers. And it's just me and my sister. So my mom had six of us. So that's how my mom was. Like all my brothers knew how to cook because two of them are older than me and my sister. So they had to cook for us while my mom
Hmm.
worked. You know,
You
so
ever
we
seen
all learned how to cook.
when you get home and you be like, "What you finna do, ma? I'm about to cook something. Get over there and wash them little hands. Wash them little hands, mama. Ma, I just washed my hands. Can I help? Yeah, come on over here. That's how you teach them kids how to do stuff. Show them how what to set the temperature on and all of that. That girl ain't doing nothing. She probably depressed again, y'all. That girl, Tuna Cat probably somewhere depressed.
Well, Tuna Cat caused that on herself, thinking she was bigger than Melody and wanted to be. She's not innocent. Bitch, shut up.
Ooh,
Oh, I
Sasa,
can't.
why you had to say that? I can't. Oh, no, that wasn't it. That wasn't it. When they was at the relaunch over yonder, she better watch herself. I said, Mel, can you just reach out and touch that heifer in that pink? Oh, it couldn't be me, y'all. Mm, y'all. See, I'm still working on me, but who she talking to? She better watch herself. No, you better get your mama.
The Stormy told you in your face. You didn't want none of her, and you didn't say none. Girl, Stormy told you
And she called your husband WITC to the H
a couple of times, not just
in
once. She
in
kept
the
saying,
face. In the face. In the face. That part. Oh,
"Got
no. We
too
don't.
much sex for Mel, her and Kimmy."
Yeah. They was jealous ever since that day they rode. Tisha was invited, and when they had the massages outside. I don't know where I'm going, but it sure is a nice neighborhood, ain't it? They were jealous from there. That's where the
I
whole
want,
began.
I want a nail to get Kimmy. Oh, I want a nail to get Kimmy. I can't stand bundles, but I wanted her to get Kimmy. Oh, I wanted her to
Uh-uh.
get Kimmy over there in St. Thomas. Can you hear
Yes,
my ass, Dale? Girl, you might need to shut up now. Let's just say, Dale, get down. I wanted it.
yes, that part right there. I don't know who it is, y'all, but somebody keep hitting the guest button to come on the panel. But when I hit it, they disappear. Probably another Stormy.
That's probably Ashley.
Oh, probably Stormy trying to come on up. So Ashley, show left eye, girl. She ain't want to talk to me today. So okay
Girl,
then.
Ashley probably is Stormy. Betty.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, she got real quiet too. See, it all they be telling on theyself.
Them
You
people.
had your mama to come on that show to go out the mail because you didn't have what you weren't ready for.
And then Carlos and Stormy lied about that because in the beginning when Stormy first came, Mel brought her to the show. Then now, I had money. I been that girl. I got on the show myself. And Carlos co-signed, no, y'all busy. Let's rewind it back. When you said Mel brought you on the show, now Mel and bring you on the show, Stormy. Like, make it
That
make,
part right there.
like, y'all be lying. And Carlos be right with it.
Yeah, yeah, because it's about not wanting to give her the credit or even make her shine. But they didn't have to do nothing for that. She's still shining. Candace says, "What is Tuna Cat doing with that brokerage firm? Nothing." KS says, "Me too. I was shocked. Nell let Kimmy talk to her like that, even though Nell was in the wrong for jumping in the convo."
You know, she was really wrong, but I wanted to get her.
I did too. Miss Saint says, I thought that was crazy that they had never been over Melody's house before the show. I did too, girl. So I don't know where they were filming at in the backyard. Might have been another house because they said where they was at that the people in the neighborhood didn't want all the trucks or something out there. So
Mm.
actually they did some filming in one of Nell and Chris's house. Hey, Miss Rabbit's running. Hey, girl. Hey. Yeah, I don't like Nell and Chris no more. I don't like them. Mm-mm.
And I don't like them how they did Lexus. Yeah, Lexus shouldn't have cussed Nell out because I wouldn't have took it from no step kid either. But just think about all the stuff y'all did to this girl when she was little. And now I see it all up in you. You don't care if a man have kids. You supposed to love their kids the same way as you love yours. If you don't need to like. And then you want him to be everything for your kids and your son that's not his. Like, girl, I can't with Nell. Like.
I'm on the fence with that, sexy. I'm on
Like
the fence.
like my daddy girlfriend had, and my mama had to check her and about whooped her ass, and I bet she didn't act no more like that no more. But see, Lexi's mama not like that because I don't know. I think it's Lexi probably was a spoiled brat, but that girl was a child. And you holler child support, child, you get child support, child support. Like Chris wasn't even paying his child support.
Hey, Miss Cheryl, she said that's Mel old house. But Miss Sexy, that child was only 2 years old. How she know so much?
She don't know about what went on with her mom and dad. She only know what her mom told her. But I think she's talking about Lexi started talking about it when she was like from 8 where she can remember. She was remembering like going to their house and how Nell was treating her. But she said Nell was nice to her until Chris cheated on her. So that's where I got a problem with Nell at. You was
Yeah.
nice to the girl until Chris cheated on you. Lexi did not do nothing to Nell. That was Chris. The child should have never got brought up in it. Chris should have
Right.
never took her to another lady house and allowed another lady to buy her Christmas gift. I think when Lexi went and told her mom that,
Mm-hmm.
I think the mom told Nell. And I think after that, Nell was mad at Lexi too. Because Lacey said when she told her mom, something went on like her dad, she didn't talk to him no more after that. She couldn't see him no more. So I don't know if her
Mm.
mom got mad and told Nell about it when Lacey got home with the gifts. That's what I wanted to ask Lacey. Like, because after that, it seemed like Lacey said that's when everything changed between her and Nell. Was after Chris cheated on her and allowed another lady to buy Lexi's baby dolls and stuff.
Possibility. Miss Candace says Lexi actually was attached more to Nell than Chris. She was the constant. She was the constant when she did come around. Things went away when he moved in with the other lady for 2 years. NA Alexis 25 says, I don't think Lexis was telling the full truth. She also says exactly at Sexy Diva. Miss Candy says Nell did not take Lexi because Chris is her parent and she was supposed to. I can't see the rest. I don't know why they trying to force somebody to advertise they stuff in they chat. That's so ridiculous. It's
And
crazy. Huh?
I don't think I think it yeah, that was Lexi say that she loved Nell. Her and Nell was real close until Chris cheated and moved out. But you shouldn't take that out on Lexus. What he did, you took him back. That's
Mm.
the problem for you took him back after that. You let him come back after 2 years.
Mm-hmm. Miss Candy also said Nell did not take Lexi because Chris is her parent and she was supposed to have visitation with Chris, not Nell. Nell was also grieving. Yeah. I, I don't know, y'all. I just feel like that whole situation should have been something that they discussed at the house or something.
But I feel her too because if y'all gonna get up here and try to dog my mama out on TV, I'm telling everything. It's all out on the table. I'm not
Yeah.
holding nothing. Period. Like they shouldn't have did that. Nell shouldn't have let them, and Chris shouldn't have let them people did that girl like that. So all gloves are on because y'all had a choice to do that. Y'all didn't have to do that. And Lexi said her mama and Nell was cool, so that was out of left field.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's like a lot of, to me, missing pieces to the puzzle or something. I
That's
don't
what I
know.
say. We don't know the whole story. It's some stuff missing because they was at Lexi's wedding. And that's why
No,
I'm
they won't. Oh, yes, they was. Yes, they was.
she showed the pictures of them at her wedding. He didn't walk her,
Mm,
her stepdad walked her, but Chris and Nell
right.
and the other kids was there. That's why I'm saying, I'm like, Lexi, it seemed like it all went left when they started filming.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they had
You can,
problems, she said, but I think they was like kind of better than what they is now.
yeah, you can see the change. Nail change a lot. I now see how people can easily fool you or persuade you to go over there. Whatever. I really thought Nail was sincere with her friendship with Mel. I really did, y'all. She had me. I ain't gonna lie, she had me.
All fool.
Yeah. And then to see her changing, like sitting up there at that table talking about us, the millimeters. The millimeters. What now?
Now
Oh, hold on. I got
because
that break.
Belle didn't want to talk about the situation with her, Chris, and Lexus because that's when the stuff came out, and she tried to blame the millimeters for Terrence doing a interview with Lexi and exposing her as a side chick, and Martell exposing her as a side chick. So they came out the mail in the millimeters when we didn't even say nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Talking
Mm-hmm.
about it and laughing and trying to see was it true because there was a lot of millimeters still on their side. Like a lot of people did not believe Lexus.
Right, right. Absolutely. And
And then that
I
was first
remember.
on us too.
Yeah, but I remember when I was doing a live, some lives I would come on sometimes from things that I would hear pertaining to Neil and how some CC saw what I didn't see or what I did not want to see. I'm gonna say that, and I'll be like, "No, I don't want to say that because if Mel said that's a friend, that's Mel's friend, and I don't want." Nell to feel some type of way to say, Mel, the millimeters is saying this about me. The millimeters is putting this out about my marriage. I didn't want that or her to feel some type of way. But now, F you, Nell. It is what it is.
It was a lot of millimeters that was riding for Nell, and Nell switched on us and did that picture with coleslaw and lied on us. Oh, girl, the gloves are off.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And now they over there talking about she had the daycare girl allegedly
Yeah,
sexy. Talking about she trying to hook up one of her employees up with a married man. Ooh.
she was in the middle of it. She was playing the middleman, calling the high lady house so the lady could talk to the man, act like it was her. Trifling trick. I knew she was trifling.
I
I
said,
thought
wait,
it
what?
with Nell when that stuff went down with Lexi when her and Mel had that scene in the park. She was trying to throw some salt that day, but then like everybody didn't catch her that day because she knew all the heat was coming on her and Chris. And then I was like, I'm through with her. And it's still the deal in St. Thomas and going around lying like and with coleslaw and then lying like the millimeters was the one calling you a side chick and it wasn't true.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You right, Miss Candy. I'm like that too. I don't be looking for bad in people, y'all. I just don't. I'm just a nonchalant person, y'all. I'm telling people, busting my head wide open. I don't be looking for that. Miss Candy says, hate to say it, but even Mel was slow to see they were awful people at first. She wasn't looking for it. She was trying to get the people the benefit of the doubt. Oh, and sometimes we just get caught out there trying to do that. I'm just keeping it a book.
And I
Let me finish reading
appreciate this when she said that they wanted a reality show themselves because it seemed like soon as they got on there, the mama and the daddy got on there full time. Like the whole family just got the big head. Well, Nell, I ain't gonna say all of them because Lil Chris did. I'm gonna say Nell, her son, Chris, that girl, they niece and their daughter. They all wanted to be. I believe, Lexus. They wanted that reality show. Man, we the power couple of Knoxville.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Down, donkey booty. Ugh, too old to have a donkey booty like that. Do you think our booty real?
No,
She
you know
got her
she had
twisted up.
surgery. You remember when Marho got missing and talk about he was with Chris? That her and Chris was in Atlanta because she was getting something done to the girls. I don't know if she did get a
I think,
BBL, but it was the girls and the tummy tuck and you
yeah,
know,
I think she just got a tummy tuck and some her titties done because, like, if you look at Nail body, it look like it fits like nail, like her booty. Look like she always had a booty. Like my sister got a big old ghetto booty like that. Like my sister got a big booty. It is natural. Like it's just like some of us in the family on my grandma's side, they got big booties. It's what it is. I
yeah.
think she got like lipo and like her titties done. I don't know about the butt. But I still call her BBL nail because it just
Yeah, yeah, it might be real. You know, she had the girls done and the tummy tuck, but yeah. And Miss Candy also says Nell and Chris always knew Hotel was cheating, and they said nothing. Now I totally believe that too. I believe that.
And it came out about Chris and Dale. They had everybody fooled. I thought they was just like, oh my God.
Mm. But you know what? It didn't hit her till it hit her that she gone. She don't want to deal with me. She sees the real me now. So it was funny. I ain't gonna lie, it was probably funny in the beginning, but now it's not funny no more. And
Well,
especially when Miss Van, when Mel Mama called Nell out too. Oh, it was a wrap.
it was a wrap when Miss Van called out.
Yeah, she said you lied. Yes.
Nell didn't say nothing.
Uh-uh.
She knew not to come and say nothing.
Mm.
Ooh,
Mm. And then hanging out with Stormy, riding around with Stormy with that big old ugly, whatever that vehicle she had got. What?
don't even got that Tesla truck no more. That fool be lying. That girl go and get these things, these cars. You could go get cars for 30 and 90 days and ride around in them. And my brother had a car for like 30, 40 days, 60 days, and then he had to take it back. You could lease cars. That girl ain't buying nothing.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Why you think D Nasty so quiet? You think Court is just coming out with girl?
I hope so. She needs to. That's why she did. She tried to make a storyline off of LeBaron and it didn't work. And now her ass didn't let Carlos get her caught up. I believe Destiny was doing that for a storyline. She was trying to copy Mel's storyline for the beginning of the season, like it happened last year. And Carlos was right in. Come get LeBaron arrested for this. And this will be your storyline that he went to jail and you scared for your life. That was a storyline that didn't add up. Now they got her deeper in trouble. She was already in trouble with her ex-husband. This just dug the deeper, deeper, deeper. She shouldn't have done
Mm-hmm.
that. That was for a
Miss
big lie.
Yeah, Miss Candy says, I'm sure Mel asked herself, was any of her life with Hotel real? Was it a force from the beginning? Who are these people? It'll make you wonder that. Miss KS says, what did Miss Van say to Nell? She told her she was lying. What was it about? Was it something about the show?
She told her she wouldn't do that and to use her mama. How dare she use her mama to
Oh
act
yeah, 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 yeah.
dead?
It was
Dog,
putting
she
it up.
went down with you, try to use her mama death and said she was over there with Melody counseling her.
Mentoring
While her
Mel,
mama
and
was
her mom was down. Yep,
dying.
that's exactly what it was. And Miss Van called it her out. Y'all think Chris Fletcher is still cheating on them? Yeah.
Yeah, he been.
Miss
Yeah,
Thomas.
they just had a video talking about him in the DM and they're playing middleman for the cheating daycare man. Yeah, of course Chris
Mhm.
cheat.
She know he cheating at this point. She know that. She know he's not stopped. He hasn't stopped.
Tisha,
Um.
Kimmy, Nell, uh, I don't think Courtney cheating on Storm because he's a kept man. He want to be kept. All them three, I definitely know is cheated, and they women want them to cheat in peace. So we just gotta let them cheat in peace, I guess. But we're not
Mm,
gonna talk
mm.
about it. Well,
We're
Butterball,
gonna talk about
nobody
it.
even
Miss Candy
care
said,
about it. And
yeah.
what the color of
Miss
the
Candy said, right now,
side?
she says Destiny is radio silent. She likely memorized hotel court papers. Probably. Hey, Miss Carla.
CK was trying to bring that show back into like they did last season with Martell going to jail. That was Destiny's storyline. She got LeBerry locked up to have a storyline and it backfired on her. And I'm glad she dug herself.
Mm-hmm.
She shouldn't have did that. Desperate.
Right. Mm-hmm. Well, if you want to keep it real, it look like it backfired on Martell too. I'm just saying. They
Funky
all
Feet,
crazy up
he's
there.
smarter than anybody. You know, Martell is quiet too.
Uh-huh.
Then
Court
I hear you
coming
said
up.
they trying to use him for a storyline.
Huh? Yeah, they
Did
was saying
you
something
say
about
they were trying to use him for a storyline?
yeah, when the show come back on, something about something with Martell supposed to be something. I don't know. I ain't about to say that, miss. Mm-mm. Um hey Miss Carla. She's speaking to everybody. KS says, hey Miss Carla. Candace says, what gets me is that hotel did not care that if Mel was hurt, the kids would mm, Lord, straighten me off.
Funky
The
Feet
kids
don't
would
care about
also hurt.
himself.
What you say, sex?
I said Funky Feet don't care about himself.
Mm-mm. She says he let people say the most awful things about the mother of his kids, and that's why he's suffering today. That's it. That's all. Mm-hmm.
He can't do nothing, but he gotta play along with it. G, he needs the money. He ain't got nothing going on, so he want that little check if he can get it. Carlos probably
Girl,
paying him early. He probably in advance.
I don't think none of these people is
Martell ain't
good.
gonna work for free. Martell probably getting advance from Carlisle.
I think he kind of sick of him at this point, Miss Sexy. I'm just telling y'all my true feeling. I don't think he fooling with Martell like that no more.
Carlos ain't fooling with none of them. The filming had
Mm-mm.
because he wasn't gonna pay them people. And he know that show wasn't coming back. So I think they all realized that and like, see, they ain't got picked up. It ain't coming back. I heard they filming for Bell Collector. That's coming back, supposed to be coming back. But we don't even know if that's really gonna come back. It was great, lit for the comeback, but I don't know. They talking about
Mm-mm. No,
October. I thought they had a reunion in October.
but at this point, with all this stuff going on and these lawsuits and stuff, I don't see it coming back on.
Mm.
I just don't.
And Miss BT goes to court next Tuesday with On and Butterball.
See, that's a I'm telling y'all, all these people court dates is coming up. It's like right around the corner from each other. That's why come all these people is quiet on the set now. They don't run out of things to do. Nothing worked for them.
And then Marquez did that interview with Queen Sheba and talked about how Ken jumped on him and they stopped him up. Yeah, I think it's over with. I think that's
Yeah.
over. They didn't have no
What
business doing that.
what
They
made
set
him
that boy
disappear?
up. Huh?
But what made him disappear?
They probably sent
Marquez.
a letter when he did that last interview and we found out that they jumped on him and then fired him because of the text message, but not telling that the reason he shouldn't have signed them because they was disgusting. But I probably would have did that too. Y'all to jump me. You the
Mm-hmm.
Hercules over here to jump me. I believe she was hitting them too.
Who
Incredible
Mamba?
Hercules that jumped that boy over there, and I would have probably done some stuff too like that. I ain't gonna even lie.
Oh
My
yeah,
spot be
absolutely.
worse. I ain't gonna even, my mouth ain't, you made me mad and jump on me. My mouth ain't, I ain't gonna tell you no lie. God would have
Mm.
to give me that day.
Ken and Mamba jumped Marquez, Miss Candy. KS says, has Coleslaw said anything after her recordings was leaked with her saying she was done with hotel and her asking a CC to go to Huntsville to help him? Girl, all that mess, it won't leak. That stuff was playing.
Mhm.
She knew what was gonna come out. She knew all about that.
They was
CK,
trying to get her on that show.
yeah.
They ain't coming back.
Um, Candy says CK will hold on to hotel so his secrets won't be revealed. Because you remember, Martell said he was inappropriate with the cast.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Martell
That
Price
was,
still got CK paying him to this day.
you think so?
Yep.
He sure had to sell, got that house up for sale.
Mm-hmm.
Why he need that big old house for anyway? Won't nobody but him.
Trying to stunt like he was a housewife. You know that's in
And
his
told,
mind. He's a housewife.
and told Toya, Reggie, their mama Toya, talking about him and his said partner wanted a baby, and the person they wanted to carry the baby would be Toya. I said, Carlos, go sit down somewhere trying to earn some brownie points.
I don't even see why they go in there and just be eating that Carlos almost had her ass about to get a divorce over here trying to reminisce about Lil Wayne, little old creature looking tail.
Little Wayne and Bird. I don't know about them. What you think about Lil Wayne and Bird? You heard what they said.
Yeah, they just kissing buddies on the stage back in the day, girl. Mm-mm.
Allegedly, a legend, y'all, as
I
one
seen
would
it with
say.
my own eyes.
What?
Yes, you go back to some of their old concerts, they used to kiss each other in the mouth. Like they been
Ooh,
about Lil Wayne and Birdman.
ooh.
And Birdman and Young Thugger. Remember Thugger came out, Birdman was mad at Lil Wayne and had Young Thugger going after Lil Wayne and
Mm-hmm.
Thugger was wearing them dresses. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they
Wow.
Birdman been taking the booty from the boys. I don't know.
Oh, not the booty,
That's
not
what
the
they
booty
say.
brownies, girl, not the
He
booty
been taking
brownies.
the booty from the boys.
Oh my God. Y'all, the price to be in Hollywood, it talk like it's something special. Y'all, these people be doing something in it, everything.
Mhm.
All that stuff is coming out now. Mm.
I used to love y'all money. I was a hot girl because that's my age group. I was a hot girl for sure. You could tell me nothing about them, but ooh, mm-mm.
KS said they sure did used to kiss each other in
Yeah,
the mouth.
on stages. That's how everybody knew. Like it was out there.
Ooh,
Yeah.
before the diddy.
Yeah. Yeah, before the Diddy had been doing his. He was just secret about his.
Mm. I often sit around and think I'm about to get up off of here too, but Diddy, he said out there in New York gonna go turn himself in. What he thought them people gonna do? Let him go after he turned himself in?
Should have
I'm
been
just
trying
asking
to
for a
do.
friend.
He should have been trying to do like Russell Simmons. They all should have been trying to do like Russell Simmons. You see, Russell Simmons got the heat on him. Russell Simmons was like, "I'm out here. You're not gonna
Out.
get me. I'm out." Lil
Yeah,
Durk,
but I
Lil Durk,
was
and
wondering.
P. Diddy, R. Kelly, and them all sat around thinking it wasn't gonna happen, baby. I would have been like, Russell Simmons, you won't see me no more. I ain't forget the United States. They come see me.
Yes, that part. But I'm for real though. What he really thought the people were gonna just let him turn himself in, and then they were gonna just like let him go?
I guess
Is that
so.
what somebody told him?
P. Diddy ain't getting out. He another R. Kelly. Just give it up.
Yeah,
It's
I
over.
mean, can you imagine going from a multi-million to a tiny little jail cell?
I never liked the P. Diddy, especially after Biggie got killed. I always feel like he had something to do with Biggie death and Tupac death. So I never liked it
Hmm.
after that. Like,
Hmm.
never liked the P. Diddy after that. I couldn't stand him.
Yeah, Miss KS is right. Why don't we see a baby with a woman? He's too old not to be married. Hey, Black George. She says, hello, all. Hello. KS says, that sexy diva. You remember when Baby was on stage during the Hot Boys concert and they were bringing girls on stage and Baby said, where the ninjas at? I want, I want some ninjas on stage. Yeah, I like ninjas. Ooh, hey, Shaquanda.
We went to one of their concerts in St. Louis back in the day when I was younger, but they got a big old thing.
Mm,
Like he was messing with one of my friends, and she said that his thing, baby, was packing too.
wow.
They
Mm,
were on the bus tour up there in St. Louis, and they said baby is packing. He had her all on the bus up in St. Louis on the tour bus, because that's where they used to. That's when they all used to drive them tour bus around. So they used to keep girls in the tour bus. Yeah, they said baby was packing. I was like,
mm.
dookie booty. Mm-mm.
Oh my God, not the booty boys. Ooh. Why they
Yes,
gotta get all these tattoos all over their face like that? What's his name? Braston. Tony, I'm about to be a little upset with you. It ain't none of my business. What are you doing? I'm just asking.
I think Tony was in it for the money because she always low key with her relationship. But that was a
Mm,
hard one right there. That's my girl. I couldn't believe she. I was like, it got to be the money and the
yeah,
food.
I was like, wait, what? Ooh, KS says I believe Baby used a Tony Braxton as his beard. He just didn't tell her that was her role. Ooh, a
I think she
possibility.
really cared because you never seen them too much together. I think Tony was
Mm,
just about the money with him.
mm.
See, back in the day, baby had all the women running behind him, but I don't think that's what he really wanted. But he had all the girls running behind him, like baby was the one everybody wanted.
Oh wow. Mm. Lord have mercy. Ooh. And then they talking about as soon as they got married, she filed for divorce. And that this message don't make no sense, y'all. It just don't. Mm-mm.
I
Mm-mm.
think he talked about the robbery too. Remember when her ring supposed to got stolen? Her
Yes. Mm-hmm.
ring got stolen. That ring, all it worth for all that money. She told me she put it in
Mm-hmm.
her suitcase. That girl, you not gonna put no ring in your suitcase like that.
Mm.
So funny.
KS says had to be the money. Right. I don't think they cared. She says they actually got married. What they get married for, girl, before I get up off here? What the girl get married to the man for? Lord. Mary, I thought they were just engaged.
They
I
had a
wanna know.
secret. They said they got secret married 8 months ago, and she filed for
Yeah.
divorce.
To my irreconcilable, soluble differences, or however that word goes. That part. Miss Candace says, speaking of other news, two helicopters crashed within 24 hours of each other. Y'all think Trump, the orange man, got something to do with this? Each other yesterday. There were no survivors. Prayers for the families. I thank you for sharing, Miss Candy.
You
Y'all
know,
think I think orange man
uh,
messed up.
Thursday, the one went down in the Hudson River with the family, the three kids, and the mama and the daddy, and the man that was flying it. Uh, it broke all apart before it hit the water.
Yeah. Uh,
I didn't
but
know it was another one. I'm gonna have to search that. That's crazy.
yeah, that's a y'all. It's just a praying time. Be careful. I think Trump got something to do with this right here. Now they want the orange man out of the office for what? Y'all wanted them in there.
Well, rich people do that. They said they was only going from Manhattan to somewhere, and it was like maybe an hour drive, but it's a 15-minute flight. I hate that happen, but that's rich people stuff. Rich people, that's not thought about it. Like that day that Kobe Bryant died, they told him that the weather wasn't really good, but they wanted to get to that game quick, and they decided
Wow.
to take that helicopter, and that was the wrong move.
Ain't that something? That was a sad day. That was
It
a
was
sad
my
day.
birthday. Yes, I was coming from Vegas. I just started crying in the car. My was like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "Oh, the guy just died."
Yes, Nipsey Hustle. Y'all,
Yeah,
when I tell
love
you that
Pepsi.
Nipsey Hustle, like that took a girl out, and I'm old enough to be the boy's mom, it was just so, ooh, y'all, that was ooh, I could not that day. Ooh,
Yeah,
Nipsey, Nippy, Whitney, ooh, mm-mm,
and Young Dolph,
mm-mm,
I had to leave work. Like how they did Young Dolph, that took me out because I'm from
mm.
me, so like that broke my heart. Like I had to leave work. My daughter called me. She like, "Mama, look at the internet. They just killed Dolph in Memphis." I'm like, I was like, "Oh, I gotta go home. I gotta go. I gotta go. I ain't gonna be able
Mm.
to get through this day. I gotta go."
Miss
Yeah,
Candy says that sexy diva, that helicopter fell apart in the sky and
yeah.
crashed. He was a billionaire. KS says that was a very sad day. It made me feel some kind of way. Yes, Kobe. Candy says Kobe often flew around LA in that helicopter. He had it for years. He did not like to sit in traffic. KS says when Nip passed, I was super hurt. It it was a genuinely good. He was a genuinely good person. I can't see the rest of it not yet,
That
but yeah, it
wasn't
was like,
Kobe's helicopter. Had been written from that same man. That wasn't his helicopter. It was like a dude he dealt with, but it was like because it's they some of the family ended up suing that helicopter company because they knew it was bad weather that day and they shouldn't have been flying.
yeah. And did you know, his wife and mom didn't even get along? Boy, I tell y'all, these rich folk be going through some stuff. We think we the ordinary
Yeah,
people.
that's what I
These
said.
people be going through it. Mm,
With people problems. That people that would die the other day that was in the Hudson River, they was from Spain. They must have had some money too. Yeah, that helicopter fell apart in the sky. You could see like the top of it coming off before the plane hit the water.
Lord have mercy, Jesus. How do
It just
people supposed to move around though? They don't need to do that because people they need that to move around, from place to place.
They said they probably passed away as soon as they hit the water. Like a helicopter is more thinner than a plane. So you don't really have no way of surviving a helicopter.
Mm, 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 mm. Wow, that is so sad. Let me read it. And she says he was a genuinely good person. Then the fact they showed it on the news just made it worse. Yeah, Nipsey was, but it was like he had a light over him, y'all. I guess it's the story, and then to hear the things that Lauren London was saying about, as it was leading up, y'all. I was feeling that. I was like, what is going on?
Did y'all
They say sometimes people can feel death on them. Do you believe that, Sexy?
Yeah, do you think that like that his brother just opened up, they little plaza, they family guy, his brother
Hmm.
just opened up a new like a food spot there. I can't
Hmm.
wait going over there for Mother's Day to go eat there. Yeah, they've been busy. Like his brother Uncle Sam, like he opened up this food thing. It's named after Nipsey and they sell like these burgers and stuff. It's been packed like every weekend. They just opened it up not too long ago.
Wow, and his mom and his grandmother, y'all, I just felt so different when all of that happened with Nipsey and the way his mom and I can sit here right now and just remember the day when they said Nipsey gone. It was
I
like he
still
was trying to
believe it.
crawl. I guess it's the people that videoed it and they put it online, and you could see Nipsey like trying to move, and his brother Sam was trying to get there. Oh, girl, I can. I don't know about that.
I think Big U. I don't think he had got him up, but I think he encouraged that dude to go after Nipsey because Nipsey was trying to get away from him. That's why I'm glad he locked up, and because I don't think he paid the dude to do it, but because they said the dude and Nipsey had got into it a couple days before that, and Nipsey had told him that he was a snitch and he didn't want him nowhere around him. That's why the dude was so mad because Nipsey had called him out on being a snitch. And you know how guys get around, oh, he said you a snitch, you a snitch.
Hmm.
He said
Hmm.
you a snitch. I think that's what Big U, because they said Big U and Nipsey was having problems. I think that's what Big U did and just gassed him up to go after Nipsey.
Yeah.
Because after Nipsey died, you try to take over his name and all that. And his mama is a gangster. She was like, She
Yeah.
trademarked everything. She's like, he ain't taking my son legacy.
Hmm. Miss
And I
Candace
think,
says we have to stop unaliving our brothers and sisters. KS says Nip's brother Black Sam has definitely been keeping Nip's legacy alive. KS says I believe Big U set the whole play up. Candace says too many people, I guess, leaving, but I can't read the rest. But his daughter should be grown at this point, and I pray y'all that that daughter mom got herself together at this point. Too many people leaving him for stupid reasons. KS says Black Sam admitted that there wasn't any confrontation. That was all a lie. Black Sam confirmed that it was a setup. Yeah, that boy was
yeah,
running, y'all. He was trying to get to his freaking brother. I was like, oh my God, it was a setup and wasn't a random altercation or from a form of beef. Miss
Big
Candy said the daughter is 16, or she might be, yeah, 16 or 18, something like that.
yeah, I think she's like 17 because I just seen something about her.
Mm.
The mama just want her for the money. Let her stay with her daddy. People like you just want her because you want to have some of Nipsey money. You don't deserve the money. He had custody of his daughter before he died.
Yeah, I really believe, Lauren London is out of the limelight somewhat. I don't really hear a lot, but I think that she really, pays a lot of attention to his daughter. That girl love that dude right there, y'all.
Really big you side him up and boost that boy up to kill him because if he would have paid him, he would have snitched on him how they whooped him when he got in jail. They beat him regular.
But did you see when he did what he did? He told me he went to the people to my he having a mental breakdown or something. Said there ain't nothing wrong with that boy.
It's a breakdown. I think they was gassing him up because he had said he was a snitch and they all encouraged him to go do that.
Yeah, yeah. That was a sad day, y'all. Oh God, I think I was crying like off and on all day long.
Did Tupac like these people get jealous of these rappers and the other rappers get jealous and they send somebody out to kill them
But Miss
and then
Sexy, people are just jealous for you just being you. They somebody somewhere right now jealous because you got that K right there. People just ignorant, y'all. Miss KS says right at Sexy Diva that part. The fact that Nip had full custody should be considered and good reason for her to be with his family. Yeah, I totally agree. I think that's for the best as far as she go.
yeah, that baby mama didn't want her until Dipsy died, and she knew that girl got that. They divided his estate up with his kids and stuff. She only wanted that girl back because of that money.
Mm. Miss Candy says yes. They now have joint custody. What? I.
Well, if she want to be,
Mm,
she's not gonna get to her mama, so let her go. She ain't got her daddy no more, so I can feel joint custody with his family. That's cool too. But long as she can't get to that baby money, I'm good with it because you don't never want. She already lost her daddy, and it was big.
mm,
So
yeah.
her and her mom probably done built a better relationship.
Kay
Hopefully,
says although I think Amani is old enough to decide where she wants to be. I don't. I don't know. If her mom is still out there, doing what was alleged that she was doing, I don't I feel like she should be over there with his mom and them. I don't She says I don't think being with her mama would be in her best interest. Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Yeah, she ain't got herself together. She definitely don't need to go over there with her because she'll pull that
Mm,
baby into her lifestyle.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And she a girl too. And how old is the little boy by Lauren? He's probably what,
He
12?
got, no, about 8 or 9. He's not that old. How long Nipsey been gone? He died before Doc, so he was probably about, he was a little baby.
He was a
When his,
little boy, maybe five,
I
4 or
know, I
5.
think the son by Lil Wayne is like a little teenager. He might be like 14, and I think Nipsey's it's like 4 or 5 years behind him. I don't know for sure, but I know her son Cameron by Lil Wayne. I think he like a little teenager, but I don't think he's up there as old as Nipsey daughter. So he got to be like 14 or 13.
Mm.
If you know,
Miss
she got
Candy
those
says
two boys.
Cross was 2 or 3 when Nip passed. But ain't that same? That's Lauren's son, the one that said he
Yeah,
had the dream. Y'all remember when
Cross
he was telling the dream?
Cross is the one that she got by Nipsey. Yeah, he was a little baby. He was like a toddler, like she said, about 3 or 2.
Wow, see that's amazing, y'all. And then he was saying that Nip had came to him or was talking to him or something like that. He said it at the service.
Or was it
Um,
her oldest son? Maybe it was her oldest son because he looked at Nips as his dad. Maybe it was Cameron, the one she got by
Lil Wayne.
and yeah, maybe it was him because
Mm,
Nip always, took care of him because she had only him when she first got with him. Because her
mm.
baby wasn't that her Nipsey baby wasn't that old when he died. He was
Yeah,
so
it
happy
might
to
have
have
been
his
him.
boy. It probably was
It
Cameron, probably
Yeah,
her
probably
son,
so.
Lil White. I think it was her son with Lil White.
Yeah, yeah, cause yeah, he respected him a lot. KS says, yeah, Imani has an attorney, and that money is put in a trust. The mama doesn't need access to her money. Yes, absolutely. She says Cross is 7 or 8 now. Miss Candace says that was Little Wayne's son at the service. Okay, KS says it was her older son. Yeah, yeah, he had a lot of respect for him. And you get involved with somebody that loves your kids like they own. I mean, that's a blessing right there all by itself. But yeah, yeah,
That's
that
why
was
I respect Russell Wilson. Like he loved Lil Future, like that's his son. Like you can't tell him that ain't his son.
mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah,
And
man.
people mad because like Sierra moved on, like, but you should be happy that that man that she moved on and married and had her other kids, like that's like his son. You can't tell Russell that Future is not his son.
Mm-hmm. And then they named that basketball court or something in honor of the street or something in honor of Nips. It was another crying day. I was like, man, that is so deep. That is so nice though, That dude, he made a difference, even though, where he came from and all that kind of stuff. He wanted better.
And
Mm.
one thing I love about Nipsey and Dolph, like they respected their grandmas, like they love their grandmas. You can look at both of their videos.
Yes.
Their grandmas on private jets and just flying them around, and the grandmas was so happy, like they was with their grandson gangsta. Both of them had gangster grandmas.
Yes, I loved
And
it too.
I
Yes,
love
that
that.
grandma was always there. Candace says Russell has raised Future since he was 10 months old. KS says, I think Future was so childish and ignorant for being mad at Russell for, I guess, stepping up to the plate,
Yeah.
doing what he need to do for the child. Mm. Yeah, but I'm glad that Toya and Lauren and all of them people, they can get along and they children, you know, a lot of people don't get that, and that's just a blessing
Oh,
that they know
raising
who they is.
brothers.
Yeah.
Like,
Mm.
she the only girl. She loved all her brothers, even though they from different mamas. Like she loved them boys. Like you always see her with her brothers, like all her daddy's sons.
Mm-hmm. Mm. I forgot who they said was interested in Regine. Candy says Future has not seen that child since 2013. I think he lost his rights allegedly. Correction 2019. Thank you, Miss Candy. You need to go somewhere and take several seats. That
He
part
don't
right
care.
there.
Every time see her get pregnant, he go on one. Like, girl, she been left you. He get pregnant, he go on one on the song. You ain't be having me dying like me and my sister be dying like. And she get pregnant. Oh, Future about to make a song about it. He about to go on one. Man, Future, this girl is 3 kids in. Leave that girl in her marriage.
Wow. Before we get up off of here, Miss Sexy, what is your thoughts on poor Ray J?
Oh, Ray J, them demons is eating. Queen is eating them up. Whitney is eating them up. Them demons is eating them up. I told you yesterday. They said Ray J was the man with the Uggs, all for the celebrities. He brought it all to the party. He was the handler. He brought it all to the party. Remember when Wendy Williams fell out on her show that time? October,
Mm-hmm.
like Halloween. You remember he was there. They said he was the one that had gave her the stuff.
Wow.
Was running behind him at that time. Everybody was wondering why Wendy was hanging with Ray J. That's why. And I think he
Mm-hmm.
know what happened to Whitney. He
Yeah.
probably didn't directly have something to do with it. I think it was like an accident, but I think it's eating him up because he know he gave her that stuff.
And it's so funny. Nobody really questioned why was he running in that alley? Who that female was driving that white car? You don't hear none of that stuff. It was
Mhm.
like it happened. It was shown. You could see it, but it just went on. That people don't talk about it. KS says that Candy, that's sad. How can you have a child out here and not speak to him or know anything about him? He should be ashamed of himself. Instead, he's out here steadily making kids. Oh, sorry. You know what? Miss Candy says Ray J needs therapy and some meds. That part. Candy says at KS he has like 17 plus kids. What the hell? Oh, he got more than that what you call God. He can't keep up with with them all. Oh my God. Oh, that's a shame.
I thought he had like 12 of them. I think he got 17. I think he had like 12 of them.
Nick Cannon, he got more kids than Nick Cannon got. All I'm waiting to see y'all is I want to see Mel up there on Nick Cannon's show. I want to see that.
I hope she go on there next season.
Yes, I think that is gonna be hilarious, y'all. I want to see it. He
I think
told her
she
you
can
come
give
on
her
over there.
opportunity since she done left that show, so she don't have to be committed to that funky show. So now I think she can do more stuff.
Yeah,
You know,
free flowing.
Carlos was mad when he said he wanted Melanie on his show. Girl, they all was sick.
Yes, he mad because he couldn't be her manager. He thought she was slow.
Gee, do you notice once she did that live and Nick Cannon came on there, her first live, and she did with Nick Cannon, and he came on there talking about wilding out. It seemed like they turned up on Mel even more. They turned up on
Yes,
her even more. Carlos too, he was having them messy Mondays, getting people to talk about her. Like it seemed like they turned it up even hotter. Soon as she did that with Nick Cannon, oh, they was all
yes.
bad.
He just hate the people that's in her circle, the people that God is sending her. They fighting a losing battle. They think they fighting against Mel. They're not fighting Mel. They're going up against God, and He knocking them down every time. They still ain't figured this out.
Mel have her maybe like 10 employees. They get along. She always treating them and like they still packing out. She still have $1 million sales. They still packing it out. Miss Van there. Like she'll
Hmm.
have ex-employees in comments talking about how you treated them and don't give them none. She take them on trips. She feed them.
Hmm.
I want to work for
Girl, say it again. She ain't taking them to McDonald's or Burger King and nowhere. Them jokers be eating top notch. I like, dang.
her. Roof crest is high.
I be like, man, do you need another employee, girl? I can pack up some stuff. And Canavis, he
Move
just fits
on
right
down
in.
there. Shoot, she treat them folks good. Remember last Lauren was talking about how they get that Christmas bonus and all that money.
Yeah.
These was thousands.
Cannabis, they all of them is just a blessing and they get along and stuff. Miss Deborah, I just love
She
these people.
promotes all they stuff too, because she always promote Miss Deborah exercise thing and her stuff.
Hmm.
She promotes them too. She not just promoting herself; she promotes them too.
Miss KS, them shows are gone. Bell Collective and Love and Marriage Huntsville and what's that man name on Bell Collective? What his name be? Um
Who the one
uh
over there putting on women?
yeah, what his name?
Cliff, Cliff.
Cliff. Cliff done about destroy that show. Cliff need
I
a
think,
drink or something.
I think all that done went down. I don't think that's coming back either with him putting his hands on that bartender like that.
Yeah. Kenny said I would just want to eat with Mel for lunch daily. KS says, what happened to Tisha copycat hair business? Girl, what her business? I wonder why she never speaks on her business while she always throwing shade at everyone else. Girl, what business you be talking?
Up in
Girl,
that
and
living room, with that fake fair on over there with them ugly outfits with that in that 2 by 2 living room taking. I'm like, what y'all want to see, girl? Not you.
oh God, I cannot. Candy says Miss Deborah loves Mel like a daughter, and she does. KS says Cliff done assaulted Cliff over there putting hands on any and everybody, girl. I
And
don't know what's wrong with
I
Cliff.
go home for my cousin wedding. I was gonna go. I wanted to go ask my uncle from Mississippi to drive me down there to that restaurant. But
Who restaurant? LB?
no, I wanted to go to Latrice restaurant. They had good,
Okay.
but I'm good on it now. My uncle live in Mississippi. I don't know if he live close by Jackson.
You know what? I don't know what's wrong with Latrice and Sweet Tea. And it's just true, y'all. You get these men that's really old enough to be your daddy. That's why they gonna act like you they child.
And that's how
I,
them men in Mississippi act. Like they'll take care of you, like like paying the bills and everything. But you gotta, what I'm saying, bow down to them and take.
yeah, it's a lot.
I
It's like they don't respect
myself and pay
them.
my own bills. Mm-mm.
No, but they don't have no respect for their wife, man. That's too old. A man, and then they said Sweet Tea husband older than her mama, y'all. I said, what? That's too much. That's just too much. I cannot. No, find another way, baby. But Miss Sexy Diva, thank you for joining me up here today, being my co-host. I greatly appreciate you and love you so much. Y'all, happy Saturday to everybody. If y'all didn't hit that good like button on your way in, please hit it on your way out the door. I might come back later on, but I'm about to get up off of here. 2 hours and a half, y'all.
Oh, I gotta
Candy,
get
before
up
I
there and
leave.
go wash my car and go get this Sam Costco card. My job gave me a thing to get a Costco card, so I'm gonna go do that.
Did they? Look at you. See, that's what I'm talking about. Sharing good news, not being evil and stuff. Miss Candace says Cliff was not arrested, so maybe it's a lot of hoopla for a storyline. Girl, storyline for what? That own ain't gonna bring in here folk back. KS says it comes with a price. I don't see how Latrice allows Cliff to de, what's that demean her like that. KS says I had a good old time with y'all. We enjoyed you too. Thank you so much for joining us. But Miss Sexy, you be safe out there on that highway today, girl, while you out there. I love y'all. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Y'all have a good one. Bye.